A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam. Crazy people. Spam, rebop, boom, spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Our show when his orchestra was singing glee with a smoothie sweet. Play for Nut Easton with Bud Easton. Way to bring the family to the breakfast table in a hurry. You don't have to yell or beat on the wall. Just serve Spam with eggs, the breakfast hit of the nation. When those slices of Spam start sizzling in the pan, the family will come down the stairs 2 steps at a time. And when they taste the meaty, juicy flavor of Spam, you'll be classed as the best cook in the land. Serve Spam with eggs tomorrow. It's so easy. Open the Spam can, cut off slices of this delicious meat, and fry quickly in a hot pan. And there's a real breakfast that makes husky appetites say, "That's for me." And notice the other recipes on the label of the Spam can. You'll discover Spam is grand for lunch, served cold, or baked for dinner. Ask for SPAM Spam when you shop tomorrow. And here they are, our Spam family's gift to America, George and Gracie.
Thank you very much. Why, Gracie, you look very pretty tonight.
I know. I got up late, had breakfast in the bathtub, and I was saying to myself,
You had breakfast in the bathtub?
Yeah. Well, that way you can eat and wash the dishes at the same time.
That's a cute little idea.
Yeah, isn't it? So I was saying to myself, I said, for a change, it would be nice if we did a musical comedy tonight. So I wrote one.
You've written a musical comedy?
Yeah, words by Gracie Allen and music by me.
I see. You collaborated.
I may have. I got so tired I didn't know what I was doing.
I didn't know you wrote music.
Well, I really don't, but while my sister Bessie was correcting my spelling, her pen leaked and made a lot of ink spots in the paper and we couldn't erase them.
So?
So we put little tails in the spots, and you should hear how nice they sound when Bessie plays it.
Gracie, were you born an imbecile?
No, a nudist.
What's the name of this musical you wrote?
Well, it's about King Henry VIII.
I see.
It's called The Exciting Lives of King Henry's Wives, or When Things Got Dull, He Sharpened His Knives.
That's a cute bit of poetry.
Ah, poesía. Qué romántico, qué divino. A mí me gusta mucho la poesía. Es una cosa
Every
muy
week
bonita.
that goes on, yes. What is it, Senor Lee?
I like poultry.
You like poultry?
Si, senor, like simple semen, metapemon.
Just a minute. Simple semen, metapemon?
Si.
What is that?
A nursery dream.
It's not semen, a nursery rim. It's not Simon, it's Simon. It's not Pimmon, it's Pymon. It's not rim, it's rhyme. You know, between you and Gracie, I feel like going away for a long rest.
Well, I hope you enjoy the tripe.
Well, never mind. Just read what's in the script. So, Gracie, you wrote a musical about King Henry VIII, huh?
Yes. He has 6 wives, and every Thursday in November he chopped off another head.
Every Thursday in November?
Yeah, he didn't know when Thanksgiving was either.
Well, some stuffing, I'll say.
Well,
That's
anyway.
a joke. Yeah. That's all I've got.
All of Henry's wives were glamorous. They all look like that movie actress, Lamar, except for one thing.
What's that?
No headache.
Neither have you.
Now, I'll give out the parts. Now, Bud, can you play the part of a lover?
Cold or hot, you've hit the spot.
Okay. Now, you're Prince Vassal, and you steal away all the king's wives. You know how to do that, huh?
Yes, I offer him a can of Spam.
Oh, that'll do it. Artie,
Yes, Gracie.
would you like to play Henry VIII?
Well, gee, I got a wedding job on the 8th. Can't we make it the 15th?
Gracie, I'll play Henry VIII.
Oh, good. And Artie is going to be the king's royal advisor, the Earl of Castor.
Earl of Castor?
Or vice versa.
Okay, Artie, it looks like you'll be in my cabinet.
Now, where's the sound man?
That's another joke. I like that better than the stuffing joke.
Sound man,
Yes, Miss Allen.
we're going to do King Henry VIII. You know how to act.
During my 4 years at Harvard, I might say I was considered quite a thespian.
Don't change the subject. You know how to act.
You know, that's almost the same thing, you know.
The last time I played in Henry VIII, I had women kneeling at my feet.
You did?
Yes, they lost their heads over me.
What part did you play?
The executioner.
Kid is really a killer. Well, you've got the job. Gracie, what part are you going to play?
I play all Henry's wives.
But he had 6 wives. How can you play so many?
I play them one at a time. That's the way Henry played them.
You did, huh? All right, Bud. On with the play.
Presenting Gracie Allen's strange musical interlude, Henry VIII.
We'll take you on a musical excursion. We ask you for your confidence and faith. We're going to give you Gracie Allen's version of Shakespeare's Henry VIII.
I'm King Henry VIII.
He is the king, he is the king.
I'm the monarch of all I survey.
Hey, hey,
I behead the wife who dares to disobey.
hey, hey.
And King Henry was the first one to say, a chop a day keeps the wife away.
I'm the king's advisor. The king is very nice. He takes me here, he takes me there. He took my women twice. He'll take everything I've got, but he won't take my advice. Wham!
I am the king's executioner.
He is the king's executioner.
My job is wielding the axe.
And he makes a lot of awful funny cracks.
I am known as Basil the Prince.
He's a prince, he's a prince, he's a prince.
I'm the one who makes King Henry win.
He's a prince, he's a prince, he's a prince.
Though he has a wife for every day, here's what causes Henry's great dismay. Basil is the guy who steals them all away.
He's a prince, he's a prince, he's a prince.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little wives. That's the number of the wives that Henry had. And all of them led merry, merry lives.
The first one's name was Kate.
That's me.
And I gave her the gate.
That's me.
The next one's name was Anne.
That's me.
I put her on the pan.
That's me.
The third one snored in bed.
That's me.
Next day she lost her head.
That's me.
Oh, I'm King Henry.
He's a king, Henry.
Ho, 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 King Henry VIII.
Good queen. Queen, your lover is outside. Which one? Prince Basil, good queen. Oh, the cute one. He's so handsome. He has a Roman nose. Yeah, and his eyes wander, too. Send him in. Enter, Prince Basil.
Ah, my queen, I've been dying to see you. I kiss your hand.
Oh, Basil, that's the lady in waiting. I'm the queen.
Oh, pardon me, I got my helmet on backwards. My queen, I've been dying to see you. I kiss your hand, too.
Please, that's so. It tickled.
Catherine, I understand you and the king aren't getting along.
No, he killed my great love.
He did?
Yeah, he found out who he was and shot him.
Come, my beloved queen, elope with me before the king has you too beheaded.
Prince, do you know what you are saying?
Yes. Come, I will take you to a place where we'll be free from care and trouble, where we will find sunshine instead of sadness. A place where there is music, gaiety, love, life, and romance.
Oh, that'll be wonderful. I've never been to Catalina.
Meanwhile, in another part of the palace, we find King Henry pacing the floor, worrying about the Queen's not exactly platonic friendship with Prince Basil.
Well, this is a fine state of affairs. Where's my royal advisor?
Here I am, Your Highness. I just got back from the bandstand.
Think to what's there. Where's my royal advisor?
Oh, I see. Just got back from Nottingham.
That's better. Nottingham.
Yeah.
What? Got back from Nottingham, huh?
Yeah.
What were you doing there?
Nottingham.
For that crack, I, the king, will knight you and give you a new coat of arms.
A new coat of arms?
2 clarinets crossed with an ear of corn under them.
Her Majesty the Queen.
Hello, Henry. Did you send for me?
Speak up, Queen. What is this I hear about you and Prince Basil making love?
Oh, what if I have?
Well, that's bad. And I'm surprised.
Well, I'm surprised, too. I thought it was pretty good.
Frankly, Queen, as a lover, how is this Basil?
He's colossal.
He is? Well, wait till I get my hands on him.
Now, watch out, King. He's very strong.
Strong? Basil?
He can wrestle any vassal in the castle.
He can?
Yassel.
Yassel?
You should feel his muscle.
That's telling the old vassal.
Silence. Look, if you people don't stop with these silly rhymes, I'll jump out of the window.
Senor Burns,
What is it?
now you're cooking with gasoline.
Oh, quiet.
Announcing Prince Basil.
Say, he's prettier than Judgy Johnson.
Well, that's enough of that, Gracie.
Prince Basil, formerly of Stratford-on-Avon, now of Spam on the table.
Spam?
Loved by millions of women and needs no refrigeration.
Prince Basil?
Your Majesty, I demand an apology. What do you mean I've been making love to your queen?
Hold on, Prince Basil. Who says you've been making love to the Queen?
Oh, haven't you heard about it?
So, my Queen, this is what happens when I'm away. I left my most trusted knights here to guard you, didn't I?
Yes, Kingy.
Tell me, when I was away, did the days drag?
Yes, Kingy. But oh, those nights.
Send for the executioner. The audacity of that prince. Trying to court my queen under my very nose.
Well, it's the only shady spot in the palace.
Prince Basil, at noon, tomorrow, both you and the queen shall rest your heads on the chopping block.
You'd better make it 1 o'clock, sire. You have 2 appointments at noon.
What are they, Royal Advisor?
Well, at 12 o'clock, you're having lunch at ye Oldie Brown Derby. And at 12:30, you are to proclaim a new tax throughout the land.
And what is this new tax for?
To pay the bill at ye Oldie Brownie Derby.
Every day the same thing. Nightingale's tongue, truffle, caviar, crepe Suzette, and a Tootsie Roll.
Senor Burns, this play here reminds me of the Knights of the Round Table.
It isn't stable, it's table. Stable is a place that, well, it has kind of a bad odor.
This is Chanel number 5?
Quiet, we're doing a play. Go ahead, Bud.
Okay. Ah, sire, if you will spare my life, I promise to bring you a new delicacy to delight your palate.
A new delicacy? Did you say new delicacy?
Yea, sire.
Go, knave, and fetch it. However, should you fail...
Yes?
Don't buy a new hat.
I shall not fail. Farewell.
Announcing the Royal Executioner.
Your Majesty, I've got an axe to grind with you.
Oh, now, please, let's not talk chop.
Smart stuff tonight. Sharp stuff tonight. That's smart job. I finally got it. Executioner, have the guillotine ready by noon.
Yes, sire.
Queen, before I deliver this warrant to the executioner, have you anything to say?
Just a few last words.
Well, say them, and when you're through talking, the executioner will show you a shortcut around the block.
You mean when I stop talking, I get beheaded?
That's the idea.
Oh, well, then there's nothing for me to worry about. So I can save my neck by talking my head off,
That's
huh?
right.
Well, if I've got to die, I've got to die. Everybody's got to go sometime, but when you've got to go, you've got to go.
Yeah, but you can't.
But I can't go now. I've got to live. I've got to live because pretty soon we're going to have another little mouth to feed. And when you've got another little mouth to feed...
Queen, another little mouth?
Yes.
You mean...
Yes. My mother's coming to live with us.
As the curtain goes down on the first act, the Queen is still babbling out her last word. Will the Queen be able to keep talking? Will the King give in, or will he? And so the curtain comes down on the first act of Gracie Allen's King Henry VIII. During intermission, you will be entertained by Artie Shaw and his orchestra playing Prelude in C-sharp major.
I said, Daddy, if you don't stop drinking so much liquor, you'll have a terrible head in the morning. My daddy said, well, I'll be better off than you because you won't have any head at all.
Oh, we can't execute her until she stops talking.
My daddy drank a martini, and then he drank another martini.
Lock the Queen in her cell. Well, that ought to take care of it for a while.
Hark, Your Royal Highness. Listen to those hoofbeats. That must be Prince Basil.
Yes, the gallop is getting closer and closer.
Yeah, who can tell? Maybe next election they'll hit it right on the head.
I'll wager he's brought the delicacy he promised me.
Yeah, I'll wager he has failed.
Announcing Prince Basil.
Your Highness, I brought the delicacy which I promised you. It has not been easy. I have been riding day and night until the seat of my trousers are worn thin.
See, I told you he'd come through. What is this great delicacy?
Spam.
Watch your language in the court, Prince Basil.
But that's the treasure. S-P-A-M, spam. I've searched far and wide. There's nothing like it. Spam is different.
Different?
Yes, really different. Spam is delicious meat, and you know how you like good meat, Your Highness. I've watched you chawing on those big chunks. But you'll like spam, Henry. Everybody does.
You interest me, Prince Basil. Go ahead. Tell me more.
Well... Well, as I started to say, Spam is a new combination of meats originated by Hormel, seasoned in a new and better way, and put up in a handier package. In all my travels, I found that Spam has become the most popular new meat item brought out in a generation. Spam is truly a meat of many uses. Yea, verily. You can serve it cold, just as it comes from the can. You can fry delicious slices or bake Spam whole. Yea, verily, verily, Spam has a meaty flavor, a taste fit for a king. And remember, Spam is different because it's a combination of pork shoulder meat to make Spam sweet and juicy, and the ham it takes to give Spam the extra flavor and goodness. Nothing else but those two. And to prove that I have found the real thing, tell all your wives that Spam always tells you about this extra goodness right on the label. Look for this sentence: pork shoulder meat with ham meat added. Be sure of that. Yea, verily, insist on S-P-A-M Spam when ye shop at ye Oldie Market tomorrow.
Well, I would like to sample the Spam.
Here it is, sire.
It's a very tasty morsel indeed, but quite difficult to chew.
Your Highness, it would ease your chewing somewhat if you were to remove the Spam from the can.
Prince Basil, Spam is a very tasty morsel, and for that I will spare your life. But the Queen must be executed. Guard, open the cell.
Well, I'm bound to think of something, but I'll talk about that right now.
Quiet! Executioner!
Yes, Your Majesty.
Behead this talkative wife of mine and bury her beside a babbling brook.
Yes, Your Majesty. Catherine Parr, here I come. Ready or not, you shall be cut.
Take her away.
If you execute this beautiful creature, I will have you arrested for bigamy. Your other 5 wives are still alive.
They are? Executioner, why didn't you put those wives of mine to death as I ordered?
Well, Your Majesty, I didn't have the heart to. You see, they're following the adventures of little Abner.
Good night. 6 wives under one roof. Do you know what that means?
3 gin rummy games.
6 wives. What do you think of that?
Boy, are you out of the draft.
Hey, send for my wives, one at a time.
Very well, Your Highness.
I better execute them right away or I'll be arrested for bigamy.
Announcing wife number 1, Catherine of Aragon.
Hello, Henry. It's good to see you again.
Executioner, to the chopping block.
Yes, Your Majesty. Come on, Catherine.
Oh, Executioner, you can call me Kate as long as you're going to do the necking.
Off with her head. Poor Catherine.
Announcing wife number 2, Anne Boleyn.
Oh, hello, Henry. I thought you'd forgotten all about me.
Well, you were my second wife. For 5 years, I thought you were dead.
Oh, thanks, Henry. For 10 years, I thought you were dead.
Executioner! How do you like that? He banked it in the corner pocket.
Wife number 3, Jane Seymour.
Hello, Henry. It's nice seeing you, wasn't it?
Yes, Jane, and you looked very well, didn't you? To the block.
Goodbye, Jane, dear.
Goodbye, Prince Basil.
I'll miss not having your pretty head on my shoulders.
Oh, and I'll miss not having my head on my own shoulders.
Executioner!
Shucks, Your Majesty. I wish I could correct that slice. Wife number 4, Anne of Cleve.
Goodbye, Henry.
Goodbye, Anne.
Goodbye, Basil.
Goodbye, Anne.
Before I go, wouldst thou kiss me?
I will.
First, wait till I kiss you.
Executioner!
Your Majesty, I'm getting tired of all of this work. When do I get my day off?
Right after I get my weekend off.
Put a block on the block.
Wife number 5, Catherine Howard.
Hello, Henry.
Hello, Catherine.
What's coming off here?
Your head.
Bye, Henry.
Bye, Catherine. Ah, poor me. I'm down to my last wife.
Wife number 6, Catherine Parr.
Oh, Hank, you can't kill me. You promised me that as long as I keep talking, you wouldn't kill me. And I'm talking, I'm going to continue talking, so you just can't chop my head off. Darned if he didn't.
Majesty. All hail the King.
The king is on his feet and straight his reign. The king has something he would like to say.
I want to say.
All hail the King.
I want to say.
All hail the King.
I want to say.
All hail the King. All hail the King.
I want to say.
All hail the King. All hail the King.
There's something I would like to say.
He'd like to say.
There's something I would like to say.
There's something he would like to say.
There's something I would like to say.
He'd like to say.
There's something I would like to say.
He'd like to say.
There's something. Oh, please, you forget that I'm the king. And the king can't do no wrong.
The king can do no wrong.
If I bestow a kiss upon a pretty miss, some evening when I'm mingling with the throng, surprised as she might be, she can't get mad at me, 'cause the king can do no wrong.
The king can do no wrong.
I command the queen to sing a song.
The king likes to swing hard. When I sing, I've got to sing out all day long. I'm swinging for the king. The king knows the right spot, spends his nights and all the night spots. He's the king who's got to have his swing. He doesn't want to hear you sing about the birdies in the spring. No, sir, it don't mean a thing to the king unless you've got that swing.
The king is ascending the stairs and begs us all to stay. He has something important to say.
My subject.
Fair ladies, in all my travels, I learned that Spam is absolutely the most popular new meat item brought out in a generation. Yea, verily, you'd be surprised how many families are using it regularly. Now, you've been listening to the Court of Fun with George and Gracie each week. Have you said to yourself, I'm going to try Spam? If you haven't yet tried Spam, now is the time. You're really missing something. Spam is delicious meat. Spam is extra good. Spam is handy to use, convenient to keep on hand. Yea, verily. Go to your food store tomorrow and ask for S-P-A-M Spam.
Thank you, Bud. Well, Gracie, say good night.
Good night.
Say, you know, that guillotine sounded pretty real.
Oh, that's a fake. Here, put your head on. Nothing can happen. See?
Really? All right.
Good night, folks.
Join us again next week, same time, same station, for another Burns and Allen show with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies. This is Bud Easton reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel chili con carne? Even those who think they don't like chili do like chili con carne the way Hormel makes it because it's different and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel chili con carne tomorrow. This is the National Broadcasting Company. From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam.
Crazy people. Spam, rebop, boom, spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Artie Shaw and his orchestra. Singing glee with the Smoothies Three. Last but not least, with Bud Easton.
a quiz question, friends, and it will pay you to know the answer. Ready for the question? All right. What is an easy way to serve the family a swell main course for dinner that costs but a few cents? There's no magic about it. Just open a can of Spam, S-P-A-M, and bake according to the simple directions on the label. Takes only a jiffy, and you'll set before the family a delicious taste surprise that satisfies even the huskiest appetite. That's because Spam is grand-tasting meat, and baked, it certainly makes a hit. The perfect combination of juicy pork shoulder and ham meat, originated by Hormel, gives Spam extra flavor, extra goodness. Try a Spam bake for dinner tomorrow. Just be sure you ask your food dealer for S-P-A-M Spam. And here they are, the stars of our Big Happy family, George and Gracie.
Thank you very, very much. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen...
George, where's Gracie?
She's not here. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen...
George, can you do a show without Gracie?
Certainly I can do a show without her. Do you think I need Gracie?
Certainly, Bud. He needs Gracie about as much as Dorothy Lamour needs a sarong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Well, listen, I happen to have a lot of talent, and... Well, I'll answer you later. Hello?
This is Spam's meetup. Gracie Allen speaking.
Gracie, where are you? We're doing a broadcast, and you're supposed to be here.
I couldn't get down on account of my granddaddy's very sick. He was on the floor all last night, and we're awfully worried.
He was on the floor?
Yes.
What about the bed?
Well, we couldn't use that. We had a party here last night. Where could we put the hats and coats?
Well, Gracie, where's your granddaddy now?
He's down in the kitchen with a temperature of 105, and we're awfully
He has
worried.
a temperature of 105?
Yes, and we're...
Well, why'd you got him in the kitchen?
Well, he's defrosting the icebox.
Your granddaddy's in the Frigidaire?
For 7 hours.
Well, aren't you afraid he'll freeze?
Oh, that's impossible. Every hour we open the Frigidaire and ask him if he's cold. He doesn't answer.
Look, Gracie, we're doing a broadcast.
Really? What station? I must listen in.
Well, never mind. There's a smart idea, putting a man with a temperature in a Frigidaire. I suppose to cure him, they'll put an ice pack on his head and a hot water bottle on his feet.
Oh, George, all they need to use is a can of Spam.
Can of Spam?
Sure, cold or hot, it hits the spot.
Oh, yes. But you're a regular Dr. Kildare. Look, everybody, not that I need Gracie, but I think we ought to go over to Gracie's house and do the broadcast. Might make an old man happy.
Well, if it's going to make you happy, George, let's go.
Oh. Quiet.
Bueno, podemos hacer una cosa. Yo tengo un carro nuevo. Si quieren, yo
back again,
puedo
folks.
llevar
Yes,
allá.
guitar player, I know. What is it, Senor Lee?
Why don't you drive down in my car? I just got a brand new rooster.
A rooster?
Si, senor. A car made by General Motors.
And it's not General Motors, it's General Motors.
Oh.
A mother is, well, for example, when you were a baby, who combed your hair?
That's what I'd like to know. The part isn't straight.
Well, quiet. Come on, everybody. We got to get to Gracie's house. Oh, well. Here we are at Gracie's house. I'll ring the doorbell.
George, you better knock on the door. The bell doesn't work.
Well, this is the house, all right.
Oh, hello, George. When did you get here?
Well, I give up.
Hello, everybody.
Gracie, do you know that you're not all there?
I know. I just had my tonsils removed.
Tonsils removed? That annoys me. That's all I've got.
Say, Gracie, what's the matter with your granddaddy?
Oh, he doesn't take care of himself. He inhales cigars.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Well, most people just inhale the smoke.
Look, Gracie, you'll have to excuse me if I run away just before the broadcast is over. You see, I've got a date with a little redhead, and she won't wait.
Well.
A redhead? Say, Poopsie, how do you get all these gowns?
Well, why shouldn't he? George is a good dancer. He's a swell dresser. He's romantic, spends lots of money. Continued on next page.
Artie, don't read that part.
Well, come on, everybody. Right through this long...
Gracie, what is this? You've got barbed wire on the banisters?
Well, you know my granddaddy likes to slide down the banisters.
Oh, I see, and that stops him.
No, it doesn't stop him, but it slows him down a bit.
I think I know what you mean.
It is. It isn't.
It is.
It isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Who are they?
Oh, they've been living here for over a year.
Well, who are they?
I don't know.
Gracie, you know, this house is filled with imbeciles.
Well, I better tell Granddaddy you're all here.
Well, never mind that. We better start the broadcast.
What's tonight's program about, George?
It's about Thanksgiving.
What's that?
What's that? Look, Gracie, as far back as you can remember, what always happened in November?
Roosevelt was elected.
Well, I'll try to explain it to you.
All right.
You see, in 1620, the first Americans arrived in a new land to make a fresh start.
Uh-huh.
They decided to build homes. And do you know one of the first things they did?
They applied for FHA loans.
FHA loans didn't come until 300 years later.
Well, you've got to go through a lot of red tape before you get the money.
Anyway, these people were called Puritans.
What's that?
What's that? Did you ever read of those people who suffered and were punished in stocks?
Oh, in 1929, some of my best friends were Puritans.
Well, anyway, these people were so grateful for finding a freedom in a new country that they killed a turkey and called it Thanksgiving.
Oh, what a cute name for a turkey.
And the custom still remains. Even today, we chop the heads off turkeys.
How can you knock off all their heads at once?
A turkey only has one head.
Then where do all the necks come from? Last year, my sister got a neck, my brother got a neck, my uncle got a neck.
Oh, well, this is the end.
That's the part my daddy got.
Look, Smoothies, Bab, Charlie, and Little, will you sing a song while I try to explain to Gracie what Thanksgiving is? Please.
In a dinky honky-tonky village in Texas, there's a guy who plays the best piano by far. He can play piano anywhere that you like it, but the style he likes the best is to the boy. When he plays just a ball, he's the daddy of them all. The people gather around when he gets on stand, and when he plays, he gets a hand. The rhythm he beats puts the cats in a trance. Nobody's there, proud if you dance, but when he jams with the bass and guitar, they holler, beat me daddy, into the bar. Clink, clank, clink, clank, clink, clank, rocking on the keys. Riff, 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 rip it out with ease. But when he jams with the bass and guitar, they holler, beat me daddy, into the bar, just beat me. Please beat me. Oh, beat me. Just listen to the beat they're playing, into the bar. The hooky bug is gonna give you the hunky style will not upset you. Piano man, now beat it daddy, into the bar. Oh, rockin' in rhythm, well, alright. And the junk rock with them, well, alright. Beat me 7 to the bar, boy. I want an off-beat kick.
I got the boogie-woogie style and I'm swinging on a gate.
Well, alright.
I got the solid rhythm in me and I got to syncopate.
Well, alright. Now that everybody's happy, there's nothing left to do. So, Mr. Piano Man, we're gonna leave it to you. Well, alright. Beat me, daddy, daddy, beat me. Hey, to the bar.
Gracie, I've never seen a house like this. People walking around and nobody knowing them. And this furniture. What kind of furniture is this?
Well, it comes from the Hollywood Furniture Company.
Yeah, but what about the period?
Oh, pardon me. It comes from the Hollywood Furniture Company, period.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, say, Gracie, where's your kitchen? I want to get a sandwich.
Oh, Bud, we haven't got any Spam in the Frigidaire.
No spam in the Frigidaire?
Not in the Frigidaire. Spam doesn't need any refrigeration.
Oh, shucks. I forgot. I'll hate myself in the morning.
Oh! 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 Oh!
What's that?
That's my granddaddy. He's sliding down the banister.
He's sliding down a barbed wire banister?
Well, he does it 20 times a day, and the doctor told him to stop.
Well, I imagine he would.
Sure. It's bad for his heart.
Well, I hope the kid makes a 3-point landing.
It is. It isn't. It is. It isn't. It is. It isn't.
Gracie, these fellas have been living in your house for over a year and you don't know who they are?
That's right.
Well, why don't you ask them?
I don't talk to strangers.
Well, this is some house.
George, I better go and find Granddaddy and give him his medicine. You see, he hasn't got a nurse anymore.
Oh, he had a nurse, huh?
Yes. And the only way he'd take his medicine was when the nurse would kiss him after every teaspoonful. It was awful stuff.
Bitter, huh?
No, he hasn't any teeth.
Well, let's get this over with. All right, let's find your granddaddy and give him this medicine. Boy, what a house. I've never seen. Hey, Soundman, 4 years in Harvard. Why are you sitting out in the hall all by yourself, sulking?
A big Harvard-Yale game this year, and I won't be there.
Well, why don't you go?
Not after the sad experience I had last year. There I was at the stadium. It was the last quarter. The score was 0-0. Just as Yale was making a touchdown, somebody stuck a gun in my back and held me up.
Well, there were millions of people there. Why didn't you yell?
What? And have them think I was rooting for Yale?
Oh, come on, Gracie.
Hey, George. When you meet this little red-headed girl tonight, why don't you take her to the Follies Bergère? It's a swell show.
Ah, those girly shows are all the same, Artie. Take away their feathers and their little umbrellas, and what have you got?
High blood pressure.
Oh, quiet.
Well, here's Granddaddy's room.
Well, look, Gracie, before we all go in, what's the matter with your granddaddy?
Well, we really don't know. In the middle of the night, we heard strange noises, and we ran into Granddaddy's room, and there he was shaking all over.
He was shaking all over?
Yes.
Well, what did you do?
What did we do? We sent for a doctor.
Well, what did the doctor do?
Well, he took the Madame Lazanga record off the control, and we all went back to sleep again.
Kid has probably got rheumatism.
Hiya, Grace.
Hiya, Grandpa.
Well, what's the matter, Grandpa? Don't you feel well?
No, Georgie boy. Say, hand me that picture of Hedy Lamarr on a sleeping tablet.
Well, I can't find Hedy Lamarr's picture. Do you want this one of Van Sheridan?
No, I'm saving her until I feel better. Yahoo!
Well, wait, Grandpa. I'll look in this closet.
It is. It isn't.
It is.
It isn't.
I can't say. Gracie, can't somebody else in your family give him the medicine? I've got a date with that little redhead.
Well, my mother's at her sewing club, and my daddy went downtown to vote, and my
Your
brother...
daddy went downtown to vote?
Yes, and my brother...
The election was over 2 weeks ago.
I know, but my daddy's a Republican, and he never gives up.
Gracie, try to understand this. I've got a date with a girl.
Senor Burns,
I can't stand this.
Senor Burns, look out. Don't get excited. You'll break a blood weasel.
Now, don't worry about me. And besides, you said that wrong.
Oh, perdóname. Don't get excited. You'll break a blood weasel.
Well, that's much better.
Hey, buddy boy.
Well, what is it, Granddaddy?
Buddy boy, would you mind reaching in that coat pocket and giving me a cigar?
Oh, what coat, Grandpa?
The one George is wearing.
There aren't any cigars in my pocket.
You mean you didn't get anything with that suit?
That was a pretty good one, Corny.
Oh, quiet. Even if I did have a cigar, if I did get a cigar with it, why should I give it to you? You're the tightest old man I ever met. You never gave anybody anything.
Oh, Judge, you shouldn't say that to my granddaddy when he's so sick. He gave you something.
When did he ever give me something?
Tonight.
What did he give me?
The measles.
The measles?
Now, Artie Shaw, his clarinet, and his boys will give us Sugar.
But if your granddaddy had the measles, he shouldn't have kept it a secret.
He didn't. He's been spreading it all around.
Why do they ever go into this crazy house? Gracie, what's that?
She's practicing up in the attic.
Who's practicing?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother? Gracie, will you tell your grandmother to stop? We can't continue talking if she's going to make all that noise upstairs. Well, this is the craziest house. Listen to that. Beat, 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 beat.
Meat, eat, meat. I say there, lady, when a shopping you go, here's some news that you should know. Help me out, George. I've gone this far.
I'll beat it out, bud. A to the bar. Spam is the meat that you should buy. Spam is different, and here is why.
We use pork shoulder to make Spam sweet, and the ham it takes for extra good meat.
The extra good flavor that you get in Spam got there, folks, 'cause we added ham.
Hormel started this new kind of meat, seasoned it better, made it grand to eat.
I say, Senor Burns, serve Spam for lunch. This delicious meat is good to crunch.
Look, Senor Lee, it's crunch, not crunch.
Crunch, crunch.
Crunch, crunch.
You'll buy it all the time if you try it once.
To get the real thing to put on your table, look for this sentence on the Spam can label.
Pork shoulder meat with ham meat added. Proof that Spam is really different. My, that doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's right, Gracie. That's the worst one yet.
Nothing is just like Spam, my friend.
And so with this, our poem ends. When a shopping you'd go tomorrow, ma'am, ask for S-P-A-M Spam.
Slice it, dice it, fry it, bake it, cold or hot. Spam hits the spot.
Look, George, if there's a possibility of your having the measles, I wouldn't keep that date with that redhead.
Well, don't worry about me, Artie. I'm going out right now and get myself inoculated.
Well, why do it tonight? Why don't you wait until New Year's Eve?
Look, Gracie, inoculation prevents sickness. You see, millions of germs can live on the head of a pin.
How can they eat that stuff?
They use a knife and fork.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to get out of this house before it's too late.
Hold on there, mister. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going out, officer. Why?
Oh, no, you're not. Nobody leaves this house. It's quarantined.
But I'm George Burns. I haven't got anything.
I've heard you on the air, brother, and you ain't kidding.
Let me tell you
Get
something.
back in there.
Well, this is a fine thing. And I've got myself...
Oh, look who's here. Hello, George. Are you back from your date already? Did you meet that girl? Did you kiss her?
Gracie, I was stopped by a cop.
Oh, that's what always happens in those parked cars.
I knew you'd understand me.
Once I was in a parked car with the freshest fella, and you know what he said to me?
Will you be reasonable?
That's what he said to me.
Oh, stop.
That's what I said to him.
Gracie, I didn't even get out of the door. There's a cop outside. He says your house is quarantined.
He's crazy. It's Ducko.
Well, never mind. I'll see you later. I've got to keep this date. Oh, Wonder where this door leads to. Oh, wrong door. Isn't that silly? The broom closet.
Oh, look who's here. Hello, George. When did you get back? Did you have a nice time for little redhead?
Gracie, I was in the broom closet.
Oh, her husband came home, huh?
Look, I'm trying to get out of this house of yours.
Well, I've got an idea. Let's do what they do in the movies. Now, I'll tie this bed sheet around you and let you out of the window.
Say, that's not a bad idea. Here, put it on me right
here. Then I'll tie this end to the bed. All right. All ready, George. Climb out of the window.
Well, here I go. Ouch! Gracie! Gracie!
What?
What part of the bed did you tie it to?
The pillow!
The pillow!
Hey, you birds! I told you the place was quarantined. Now get back in that house.
Well, look who's there. Hello, George. Are you back from the date already? Did you have a nice time for the redhead?
See, I almost killed myself. I just went through that window.
Oh, her husband came home again, huh?
You know, you could use another ounce of brains.
Not me. I'm overweight now.
No matter where I go, that cop is there. I wish he'd stick to his beat.
Stick to his what?
Beat.
Meat. Spam is the meat
that you should eat. The spam is, I know that. I know. You should try. I know that, but we've done it before. This poetry is going from bad to verse. Oh. It's just a little slip. Look at me. I'm filthy. How can I get washed up?
Just keep on telling those jokes, brother.
Gracie, where's the washroom?
Right down the hall. You can't miss it. It's the one with the gasoline pump in front of it.
Gasoline pump?
Sure. My grandmother's a tourist, and we like to make her feel at home.
Well, I'll go in there and get cleaned up. It is.
It isn't. It is. It isn't. It is.
Wait a minute. All you guys have been doing is arguing. What are you arguing about?
I claim this Thursday is the real Thanksgiving, and Joe says it isn't.
Well, it is. It is. It is.
Okay, still. Gracie, I've got to get out of here.
Well, George, why don't you go up on the roof and slide down the drain pipe, and then when you get to the yard...
The drain pipe?
Yeah, when you get to the yard...
The drain pipe?
Oh, pardon me. I was Senor Lee last night.
Oh. Keep on going out with him and you won't be able to speak English.
Senor Burns, when you say that, smile.
Smile?
Yes. S-M-E-L-L. Smile.
That smell.
You're perfect?
Oh, please, everything happens to me. Here I've got a date with a girl. I'm all messed up. I scrape my nose. Huh, what a pickle.
Looks more like a banana.
Oh, yeah? Well, my face happens to be all right. Doesn't bother me.
Maybe that's on account of your standing behind it?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I've just got to get out of here.
Mr. Burns.
What does it sound, man?
Just look at this goldfish bowl. It's a rhapsody in glass. It's made of pure quartz silicate.
Time like this has got to impress me with his education. There must be some way out.
Say, Soundman, what happened to the goldfish that were in that bowl? Answer me, what did you do with those goldfish?
Forgive me, Miss Allen, I couldn't help it. Once a Harvard man, always a Harvard man.
Well, there must be some way out of here.
Soundman, I don't mind your eating the goldfish, but Tom Harmon is going to get pretty angry.
Why, Tom Harmon is that great Michigan football player.
Well, it's also the name of our cat.
You call your cat Tom Harmon?
Well, yeah, that's on account of every time he gets loose, he makes 10 yards.
Hey, wait a minute. Why didn't I think of this before? Gracie, where's the chimney?
Right there.
Well, goodbye, everybody. I'm going up the chimney. A guy will go through it for a woman. Well, here it is. I'm out. There's the blue sky.
Blue sky, nothing. That's my uniform, you see. Get back in there.
Oh!
Look who's here. Hello, George. You back
Quiet.
Will some one person in every family listening tonight do us just one more small favor? All we want to ask is that you remind Mother to get a can of Spam when she goes shopping tomorrow. You'll be doing a bigger favor for yourself because Spam is absolutely the most popular new meat item in a generation. Once you taste Spam's tempting flavor, its tender, meaty goodness, you'll want to serve Spam often. Spam is so easy to prepare. Try it tomorrow. Use the simple recipes on the label. Ask your food dealer for SPAM Spam. Join the thousands who say, whenever the occasion calls for delicious meat at our house, we serve Spam.
Well, Bud, I'm certainly in a fine mess.
Oh, George, I just found out my granddaddy hasn't got the measles.
Well, good. Now I can go and meet my new redhead.
Oh, yeah, then you can say hello to my granddaddy because he went there, too.
Good night, all.
Join us again next week, same time, same station, for another Burns and Allen show with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies. Until then, this is Bud Heaston reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel chili con carne? Even those who think they don't like chili do like chili con carne the way Hormel makes it because it's different and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel chili con carne tomorrow. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Well, Gracie, that ends another broadcast. Now say goodnight to everybody.
Oh, good night. George, take me home and I'll fix you a nice turkey sandwich that was left over from Thanksgiving.
Have you still got any white meat left?
This turkey was all white meat.
How can a turkey be all white meat?
But if they push Thanksgiving a week ahead on you, you turn white, too.
Good night, all.
Well, we're off the air.
All fine. Quiet, boys. Quiet. Quiet, I'm talking to the production man. Hey, Wayne, how was the show?
Well, it seemed like a good air show, but I thought the audience was a little slow.
Slow? I thought they were a great audience.
I thought they were rude.
Rude?
Yeah, every time I said something, they laughed at me.
Well, I don't know. I thought they were great.
Well, you should. They didn't laugh at you.
Well, I'll find out for myself. Wayne, is the record of our broadcast ready?
Yep.
Well, play it back, will you?
Stand by, everybody. Okay, sound man.
From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam.
Crazy people. Spam, rebop, boom, spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen on the show where there's orchestra for singing glee with the Smoothies three. Last but not least, with Bud Heaston.
Folks, it's Laugh Night at your house with Burns and Allen. So listen closely. And you know something? You'll have no trouble getting your family up in the morning if you just take this tip. Open a can of Spam, cut off a few slices of this tender, tasty meat, and fry quickly in a hot pan. That delightful, rich aroma will bring the sleepyheads to the table on the run. Because Spam tastes so good and is so easy to use, it's a breakfast favorite in thousands of homes today. You like Spam's mouth-watering flavor, its juicy, extra goodness. Tired appetites wake up in a hurry when Spam is sizzling in the pan. Serve Spam and eggs, America's modern breakfast. Be sure to tell your food dealer you want SPAM Spam. Get a can or two when you shop tomorrow.
man. What happened?
Mr. Burns, you'll have to get a new needle. You know, a needle only lasts 8 months.
Well, how much does a new needle cost?
10 cents.
Have this one sharpened. Well, come on, everybody. We're going to rehearse next week's program.
No, I'm not going to do it. No, not me. I've got to go down to Bullock. I bought some open-toed shoes, and I've got to return them.
Gracie, you can return the open-toe shoes tomorrow.
No, I've got to return them now on account of my toenails are painted red.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, every time I walk down the street, it looks like a bunch of carrots hanging out of a birdcage.
Well, Gracie, first we're going to rehearse next week's show.
Oh.
You won't need me anymore, will you, Mr. Burns?
Well, stick around. And, by the way, Jack, you played the part of the messenger boy in tonight's show swell.
Thanks very much.
And, you know, you weren't a real messenger boy, so you can give me back that quarter tip I gave you.
Okay. And here's the string.
Well, now, let's see. What do we do next week?
Hey, George.
Yes, Artie.
Can I have my check now?
Your check? Yeah, well, after rehearsal.
I want my check now. I got to take it to the bank.
Well, why do you have to take it to the bank?
It's too small to go by itself.
Well, here's your check, wise guy.
Thanks a million.
And here's your check, bud.
Thanks a million.
And Senor Lee, here's your check.
Thanks, $1.10.
Quiet. And Gracie, here's your check.
Thanks a million. Oh, wait a minute. This is an insult.
$3,000 is an insult?
Well, look what it says on the check. Gracie Allen, $3,000 and no cents.
She gets a check for $3,000 and she's insulted. You know, Gracie, that's a neat little figure.
Oh, I know, and I'm pretty, too.
Well, never mind. We've got to rehearse next week's broadcast. Now, let's see.
George, I've got a swell idea for next week's show. It's a play where boy meets girl, girl meets boy, boy meets girl's father, girl meets boy's father, father meets father, father meets mother.
But all I've heard so far is a lot of meats.
Well, George, this is the Spam program, and Spam is a perfect combination of choice.
Well, I guess I'm a naughty boy. Wait, I've got an idea. Next week we can do a typical Hollywood program with picture stars, the Brown Derby restaurant, autograph seekers.
Autograph seekers? What's that?
What's that? Gracie, who are the people who are always on the outside and can't seem to get in?
The Republicans.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yes.
Look, George, why don't we do a kiddie program next week? I've got a cute little poem.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Oh, yeah?
Well, it's a nice little kiddie program. And, Artie, I've got a TL for you and that Senor Lee. When we were on the air a few minutes ago, I had one joke in the whole show, and you guys killed it by talking in on it. Why didn't you wait for my laugh?
What? The Mr. Crosby show?
Crosby isn't on until Thursday.
That's right.
Artie, tell that musician to stop with those wisecracks, and that goes for that whole broken-down band of yours, too.
Broken-down band, huh? It happens to be a symphony.
Yeah? Well, it may seem funny to you, but it doesn't seem funny to me. And wait! And that's without an audience.
Say, George, I figured something out. Next week, let's do a Jack Benny type of show.
Jack Benny?
Yeah, you know. That's the fellow who plays those small parts in the Rochester pictures.
Oh, yes. You mean Hillard's brother-in-law?
Yes.
Yeah. Freddie Allen Straightman.
Yeah, uh-huh. Now, I can play the part of Mary Livingston.
Yes.
And Artie Shaw can play the orchestra leader, Phil Harris.
Well, then he'll have to wave his hair.
No, he's got a baton.
Oh, he can wave that instead.
Let's see. Senor Lee can be Rochester.
How can Senor Lee be Rochester?
Yeah. Oh, too tall.
Yeah, he's a little too tall, yeah.
Now, let me see. We need somebody to play Don Wilson. Let's see. Bud Easton and the Smoothies can do that.
Yes, that's a nice fat part, yes.
And now, let's see. The only thing left is to get somebody as funny and clever as Jack Benny, and you're the only one left.
Yes.
So I guess we can't do that show.
I thought so. Hey, Smoothies, Babs, what number are you, Charlie, and Little going to sing next week?
Whispering.
Well, let's hear it,
All right.
Whispering while you cuddle near me, whispering so Oh, whispering, why you never will greet me. Whisper, tell me that you love me. Or swear it by the stars above me. I love you, I love you. I'm whispering that I love you.
Well, that was great, kids. They'll love it next week.
Thanks, Mr. Burns. Good night.
Good night, Babs. Good night, Charlie.
Good night.
Good night, Little.
Good night.
Say, George, which one of the smoothies is Babs married to, Charlie or Little?
That's silly. Haven't you noticed that Little is the one who always holds her hand, helps her out with the coat, and opens the door for her?
Oh, I see. She's married to Charlie, huh?
Well, anyway, listen, everybody. I thought of a great idea for a new show. Hey, Jack. Jack Norton, come here.
Yes?
Jack, do you know how to do a drunk?
Can I do a drunk? I said that recorder. I was minding my own business, and a fella comes up to me.
Okay, Jack. Okay, Jack. Well, Jack, you've got the part. It pays $12.50 a week and all the spam you can eat. Now, let's see. We're going to do a restaurant scene, and I play a wisecracking owner. And Gracie, you're a waitress.
My sister Bessie used to be a waitress.
I know she was a waitress.
She got cross-eyed from watching the clock and looking under the plates at the same time.
Well, all right, Gracie, I'd like to start. Now, this is a restaurant.
Where are the tables?
There are no tables.
Where are the chairs?
There are no chairs. There's no customers. There's no nothing.
Business is bad, huh?
Yeah, business is bad, yes. Well, anyway, this drunk comes in, and he wants a cup of coffee.
But there are no tables?
No. And he sits down.
There are no chairs?
No, there's no chairs.
And he's drunk, huh?
Well, anyway, when the drunk comes in and he asks for a cup of coffee, you holler, boss, boss. And that's where I rush in and do my funny stuff, you see? Now, Jack, you go outside and open the door, and Soundman, you let him in. Okay, let's start.
Mr. Burns.
Yes, Soundman.
I'm sorry I can't stay for rehearsal.
Why?
You see, a group of world-famous explorers who were in my class at Harvard are waiting for me to take them down to the Union Depot.
Yes?
One of them discovered the North Pole, one of them discovered the South Pole.
Soundman, why do you have to take them down to the Union Depot?
Well, that's the only way they can find the place.
Well, you're staying right here. Now, come on, let's start. Now, don't forget, Gracie, when the drunk comes in and he hollers, boss, boss, I rush in and I do my funny stuff.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Say, miss, I beg your pardon. Could I have a cup of coffee, please?
Did you say coffee?
Wait a minute, Gracie. What kind of acting is that? Why so weak?
Well, if you think I'm weak, you ought to taste the coffee.
No. Look, Gracie, when he says, miss, I'd like a cup of coffee, put your personality into it.
Well, maybe he doesn't like it sweet.
Now, let's start all over again.
Well,
Come
George,
on.
I don't want to butt in, but if you want to make your restaurant a success, why don't you do what we do at home?
What's that, Bud?
Well, for Thanksgiving, we always stuff a turkey with Spam, and it's a delicious
You
meat.
stuff a turkey with Spam?
Well, sure. We might as well give the turkey something to be thankful for, too.
Well, never mind. Come on, let's get started. Now, don't forget, Gracie, when he comes in and he says he wants a cup of coffee, you holler, boss, boss, then I rush in and I do my funny stuff.
Yes.
Okay, Jack, let's start.
Oh, say, miss, I beg your pardon. Could I have a cup of coffee?
With or without cream?
What's the difference?
5 cents.
Well, come on, let's try it again.
Senor Burns, as the director, you're a regular Cecil B. Schlemiel.
You mean DeMille. Schlemiel means I'm a dope.
Absolutely correct.
Correct?
Yes. And now do you want to try for $32? Take it or leave it.
Marty, what are you going to do with that guitar player? He just called me a dope.
Look, George, don't get excited. He's a foreigner. He just repeats what everybody else says.
Yeah? Well, you can stop with those wisecracks, too.
Look, guess what my drummer says to me every time you tell a joke?
Artie, that isn't funny.
Absolutely correct.
Correct?
Yep. Now, do you want to try for $64? Take it or leave it.
Quiet, everybody.
Say, miss, I beg your pardon.
Pardon me, Jack.
Could I have a cup?
Yes, Jack. I know. I forgot all about it. It's a sketch. Try it again.
All right. Oh, say, miss, I beg your pardon. Could I have a cup of coffee?
Well, Gracie, why don't you answer him?
I'm watching a customer play a slot machine.
There's no customer and there's no slot machine. What's
He hit
that?
the jackpot.
I thought so, yeah. Jackpot. I must be crazy.
Absolutely correct. Give the man $64.
Oh, quiet. Go ahead, Jack. Start again.
Say, miss, pardon me. Could I have a cup of coffee?
Well, I'm sorry, sorry, sir. You have to wait a minute. I'm folding napkins.
Folding napkins?
Oh, I love to fold napkins in the cot of I used to be a baby's nurse.
Jack, let's start again.
Hey, miss, I beg your pardon. Could I have a cup of coffee?
Well, you'll have to wait. The boss is busy. He'll bring you coffee in a few minutes.
Chasing Sandwood?
They're chasing the cook.
Gracie, look, I'm going to cut your part down just a little bit. When the drunk comes in and says he wants a cup of coffee,
Yes?
you say nothing. I come right in and I do my funny stuff without you. Go ahead, Jack. Let's go.
Pardon me, miss. May I use your telephone?
What's that? You're supposed to be drunk. What about the coffee?
I don't need the coffee. This thing took so long I got sober.
You did. Never mind. Forget the sketch. Artie, what are you going to play next week?
I'm going to play What Is There to Say?
Well, all right, play it. I'm going into the control room and hear it. That number was very good. But your fourth violinist wasn't playing.
Well, he doesn't have to. He's my brother-in-law.
Well, good night, Artie.
Good night, George.
Good night.
George, say, I've got a little idea I'd like to try for next week.
Yeah, but, what is it?
Well, you see, George, people all over the country are singing the praises of Spam.
Yes.
And that's what gave me this idea. Now, look, I fixed up this little ditty for the Spam Glee Club.
Glee Club?
Yeah, you and me, Senor Lee, and the sound man. And look, I'll start right here. Hey, where's that? Got an F there? Me, 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 me. You like spam, you bet you will. Serve it cold or hot.
Serve it cold or hot. You will. Serve it cold or hot. Serve it cold or hot. You will. Serve it cold or hot. Serve it cold or hot. You will. Serve it cold or hot. There's always be the coffee beat. It always hits the spot.
It always hits the spot.
Well, then, George, I'll say now everybody is singing the praises of Spam, the most popular new meat item brought out in a generation. A meat whose popularity is founded on flavor, a flavor folks really get hungry for. Hormel discovered this new combination of meats, a new and better way to season it, a handier package to put it in. Spam, S-P-A-M, is a combination of pork shoulder meat, sometimes called picnic by you women, and ham meat. There's the difference.
The difference?
Yes, George. Hormel uses the pork shoulder to make Spam sweet and juicy. Then the ham it takes to give Spam that extra goodness and flavor. That's why Spam really does taste better, fried, served cold, or baked. To make sure you always get this extra goodness, Spam tells you right on the label, pork shoulder meat with ham meat added. Look for that sentence. Try Spam tomorrow. Just be sure you say to your food dealer, I want Spam.
Hey, that's swell, Bud.
But then we have the tag, the smoothie sing it. Slice it, dice it, fry it, bake it, cold or hot, and hit the pot.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's okay, Bud. We'll do it next week.
Good night, Bud.
Oh, good night, Gracie. And say, you were positively terrific when we did tonight's broadcast.
Good night, Senor Bud.
Oh, good night, Senor Lee. You were very funny on tonight's show.
Good night, Bud.
Good night.
Certainly is a wise guy.
Well, so long, everybody.
So long, senor.
Senor.
I certainly enjoyed the bread crust tonight.
Well, thanks, kid.
I've got a date tonight with a girl from Earl Carroll's Von Nighties.
Von Nighties?
One nighty she's with me, one nighty with Artie Shaw.
Okay. Good night, senor.
Mr. Bird,
Yes, old man.
do you mind if I leave now?
Oh, not at all, Hopper. I suppose you're going down to take your scientific friends down to the depot?
Yes, we're going down to meet the honor man of our graduating class.
Is that so?
Yes, you see, our classmate, Frederick Hinsdale, delivered the valedictory address. He won the Harvard-Yale debate and won first place in the International Oratorical Contest.
I see, and he's arriving tonight, huh?
Oh, no.
No? Then why are you going down to the Union Depot to meet him?
He works there. He's the train announcer.
Good night, soundman. Well, Gracie, here we are alone.
Yes.
Well, memories. Gracie, what does this empty theater remind you of?
Oh, the first time I saw you on the stage in Altoona.
Don't remind me of that. Remember the first act we did?
Yes, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long, long time ago.
Yes, even before Roosevelt.
Remember we did a routine where I said to you, Gracie, you're dizzy?
Yes, and I said, I'm glad I'm dizzy. Boys like dizzy girls, and I like boys.
Yeah. What you'd say, and you'd never stop. That really used to drive me crazy. Well, I'm glad it's over.
Yes, I'm glad that you're glad it's over.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're glad that I'm glad it's over.
And I'm glad that you're glad that I'm glad that you're glad it's over.
You know, Gracie, you're still dizzy?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm dizzy.
I'm glad you're dizzy, and let's stop.
Well, I'm glad I'm dizzy because boys like dizzy
Quiet.
girls, and I like...
Ah, those were the good old days. Remember, Gracie, the first time I asked you to go to dinner?
Oh, I'll always remember that.
I didn't have a quarter.
But you still took me to dinner.
Do you know why?
Sure, I had the quarter.
We had flapjacks and coffee for 10 cents. Remember those flapjacks?
How can I forget them? They're still flapping.
Remember, Gracie, we were both trying to get jobs. 1 week I wouldn't eat.
And then next week I'd get a job.
Yeah, I can remember now how I used to tell everybody that someday I'd be a big comedian. But they all laughed at me.
Oh, they're not laughing at you now.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday when Lester Hamill, my agent, said, George, get yourself a dumb dame and go into vaudeville.
But you got me instead.
Yes, and we started small, but I knew someday we'd get an opportunity. Remember we played the Myrtle Theater in Brooklyn?
Oh, sure.
Then we went to the Hill Street Theater in North.
Mm-hmm.
And Poli's New Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And the Gem in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and the Bijou in Schenectady. Oh, sure, I remember that.
We did it all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, we were younger then. We could walk faster.
Remember, Gracie, in those days we used to work for peanuts.
Yes.
And now you're working for Spam.
Is that better than money?
I think so. Will you ever forget the day when we got a wire from Eddie Darling saying that we're booked into the Palace Theater in New York on Broadway?
Oh, George, that really was a thrill.
I'll say it was. I can see it now. The opening day. We were standing in the wings, frightened to death. The orchestra started to play our number. We were petrified. We couldn't move. Eddie Cantor pushed us on the stage.
Have you saw the roses in the garden?
Have you saw? Gracie, what kind of grammar is that?
Who told you that ain't high-class grammar?
Who told me?
Yeah.
I seen it in a book where I live at.
Oh. Say, whom teach you to speak the proper language?
Whom teach me?
Yes.
Why, I can learn you how it should be spoken.
Oh. Well, I suppose you got your knowledge?
Yeah, I'll bet that's the color.
I think them colleges are a joke.
You do,
I know how to use the English language, and I don't use no adverb for no noun.
But can you learn me how to parse a comma?
Oh, sure. Don't that grammar make you frown?
Ain't it fair some people don't know nothing?
Oh, sure. For adjectives, they use the plural Q.
Them words is hard to use, but there's much worse.
But they don't trouble I and you.
Now we dance. Lump-a-dee-da-lump-a-dee-dee-da-da. Lump-a-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Stop. Gracie, do you like me?
Oh, sure, Harry.
Harry? My name is George.
Oh, I keep thinking this is Tuesday.
Music. Stop.
George, my sister just had a new baby.
Boy or girl?
Well, I don't know, and I'm dying to get home and find out whether I'm an uncle or an aunt.
Music. Stop. You know, a very funny thing happened to my mother in Cleveland.
Oh, I thought you were born in Chicago.
Music!
But they don't trouble I and you.
That's the finish.
They don't trouble I and you.
Well, Gracie, there'll never be a Palace Theater again.
No, I don't think so. Here, help me out with my coat, please.
Here you are. Come on, let's go.
Good night, Miss Allen.
Oh, good night, dollman.
Good night, Mr. Burns.
Good night, Frank. Wait a minute, I'll give you some change. That's change here. Gracie, have you got a quarter?
Same old George.
Friends, do you really want to make your meal planning easier? Listening to George and Gracie each week, you've no doubt promised yourself you'd try Spam soon. If you haven't yet tried Spam, you're really missing something. Spam is the most popular meat item brought out in a long time. Thousands and thousands of families now use it regularly. Join them. Try Spam tomorrow. Use the recipes on the label. Ask for S-P-A-M, Spam, when you shop, and discover the easy way to serve good food.
Driver, turn right on the next corner.
Gracie, remember the Apollo Theater in Boonton, New Jersey?
Yes.
Remember the ventriloquist?
Oh, with that cute little dummy on his knee. What was his name?
Edgar Bergen.
Oh, good. Whatever became of him?
He's selling coffee.
Oh, couldn't get anywhere in show business, huh?
You know, Gracie, you're still dizzy?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm dizzy. Boys like dizzy.
Quiet.
Join us again next week, same time, same station, for another Burns and Allen show with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies. This is Bud Heaston speaking for the Hormel Company, reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel chili con carne? Even those who think they don't like chili do like chili con carne the way Hormel makes it because it's different and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel chili con carne tomorrow. This is the National Broadcasting Company. From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam.
Crazy people. Spam, Rebop, Boom, Spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen. On the show where there's orchestra for singing glee with a smoothie three. Last but not least, the wizard he sings.
The way to have fun on Monday night is to listen to Burns and Allen. And how to make school lunches that get A+ is a question you can answer with Spam, S-P-A-M. In any youngster's language, Spam is a word for delicious meat, tender, tasty meat that's all ready to eat as soon as you open the can. Hormel originated Spam and gave busy mothers this new combination of meat seasoned in a better way. Whether you pack a lunchbox or the children rush home at noon, Spam is a time saver that gives your youngsters good food husky appetites need. Try Spam tomorrow for lunch. Use the easy recipes on the label, and you'll discover the way to make school lunches easier to get, better to eat. And look who's here, those two lovable stars of our big happy family, George and Gracie.
Everybody. George will be here in a minute. Oh, wait till you see him. He's all slicked up. He's wearing a full dress suit with tails and everything. He must be going to some swell place because this time he had both hands manicured.
Well, Gracie, a full dress suit? Yes. Where's George going?
Well, I don't know. See, maybe he's going to the UCLA football team play. Maybe he's going to see them. No, that's impossible. UCLA hasn't got a football team. Maybe he's got a date with Brenda and Cobina. No, nobody wants a date bad enough to go out with George. I know. Maybe he's gone over to John Barrymore's party to help him celebrate his divorce. He always goes to those. Then maybe again he's going to watch the...
Gracie, how do I look? Stop laughing. The reason I'm wearing this full dress suit is because the sponsor is coming here tonight. Right after the show, I'm taking him out. What's so funny? I'll admit that this isn't exactly an Eastern-style suit. You see, they're worn out in the West.
It's a little worn out in the South, too.
Well, you may not believe this, but this is a very expensive suit. The vest happens to be satin.
Satin? Looks more like it's been slept in.
Well, forget the suit. Now listen, everybody. When the sponsor gets here, I want every...
general es una cosa muy bonita, el traje.
Sounds like somebody is following me. What is it, Senor Lee?
Senor Burns, that's a very loose-fitting suit.
You mean loose-fitting?
In that suit, you look like that movie star, Robert Traylor.
It's Taylor. A trailer is something that drags behind.
You guessed it.
Artie, will you talk to that guitar player of yours?
Okay, George, leave it to me. Senor, if you don't stop insulting Mr. Burns about his clothes, he'll hit you over your head with his baseball bat.
That's... What baseball bat?
The one you got with that suit.
Never mind the suit. After the sponsor gets here tonight, I'm going to take him over to Ciro's and then to the theater and then to the Coconut Grove and then to all the night spots.
Well, aren't you taking an awful chance, George?
What do you mean an awful chance?
Well, supposing he runs out of money.
Oh, quiet. You were with me last night when I had 12 people out for dinner. And when the waiter came over and said, who shall I give the check to? I fought and fought and fought. Remember?
Yeah, but you had to pay it anyway.
Well, anyway, you'll have to admit that the drinks were on me and the steaks were on me. And...
Yep, and the ketchup is still on you.
Artie, will you go away?
Oh, don't mind him, George. That's a nice-looking suit.
Thanks, Bud.
Spots.
But when the sponsor gets here, you just talk about Spam.
Okay. When he comes in, I'll say, your coat fits very well over those port shoulders.
Well, Bud, that's no way to get in the plug. You're just like Don Wilson. And that's why Jack Benny saw at him.
No, it isn't.
No?
No.
Then why is Jack Benny sore at Don Wilson?
Well, if he told him once, he told him 5 times. Call up your wife. Let's not barge in on the road. Let her know you're called.
And Artie, there's something that's very important. The sponsor's favorite song is Blueberry Hill. So I want you to play it tonight.
Senor Burns, I do not like it.
You do not like Blueberry Hill?
No.
Why not?
The seeds get in my ears.
Well, anyway, Artie, tonight you play it.
Well, how does it go, George?
Well, I found my thrill in Blueberry Hill.
You better throw yourself into second if you want to make that hill.
Well, just play it. I'll shift for myself. Now, let me see. Is everything all set for the sponsor? Oh, yes. Gracie, did you buy that gold cigarette case I told you to get from?
Well, I went shopping for it this morning, and those Christmas crowds are terrible.
I know, but did you get the case?
Look, you should have seen the way 2 women were fighting over a little pair of shoes.
Gracie, the cigarette case.
One woman grabbed one shoe, another woman grabbed another shoe.
Look, Gracie.
Oh, I had to walk home barefooted.
Gracie, did you get the cigarette case?
Well, I'm coming to that. So anyway, I'm in the middle of a big crowd, and I'm walking past the elevator.
Now, let's not get into that.
Well, you can't help it when the crowd is pushing you.
All right, so you got into the elevator. Did you get the cigarette case?
No.
No?
They were on the 4th floor.
Well, where did you go?
To Glendale with a man.
What man?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You didn't know him. Why did you go to Glendale?
I had to. My finger got tied up in his package.
Well, why didn't you untie the string?
I couldn't. It said on the package, do not open until Christmas.
Oh, I see. And now the Smoothies, Babs, Charlie, and Little will sing Argentina. Gracie, I told you to get that cigarette.
You'll find your life will begin the very moment you're in Argentina. If you're romantic, senor, then you will surely adore Argentina. You'll be as gay as can be if you will learn to see like Aladdin. For as soon as you learn, then you will never return to Manhattan.
When you hear your te amo, you feel a kiss and then, if she should say mañana,
it's just to let you know you're gonna meet again. I better know, kissing lad, that you will never forget Argentina. Where there are rumbas and tangos to tickle your spine, moonlight and music and orchids and wine. You'll want to stay down Argentine way, down Argentine way. Say, you'll find your life will begin the very moment you're in Argentina. If you're romantic, senor, then you will surely adore Argentina. You'll be as gay as can be if you will learn to see like Aladdin. For Mr. Soon as you learn, you never will return to Manhattan. Here you say amo, you'll feel the kiss and then, if she should say mañana, it's just to let you know you're gonna meet again. I better know, Castanet, that you will never forget Argentina. You want to say, down Argentine way, down Argentine way.
I know that. I know that, but Gracie, tell me. Did you or didn't you get that cigarette case?
I'm coming to that. So, I finally got to the men's department, and there was the most marvelous sale on electric razors.
So you got the sponsor an electric razor?
Well, I would have, except for one thing.
What was that?
Well, I didn't know whether his face was AC or DC.
Look, Gracie, how many years have you lived in a coma?
2. Then we moved to Seattle.
AC or DC. Look, the next time I want an idiot to buy something for me, I'll go myself. Thank you. You mean I said... Wait a minute, I said something funny.
You certainly did.
Just for the charm. Take it.
Perdóname, Senor Burns. If you want to give the sponsor a nice gift, why don't you buy him a potato clock?
A potato clock?
Si, senor. You set the alarm, and it wakes you up potato clock.
Well, next week, do me a favor and oversleep. Hey, soundman. Hey, 4 years in Harvard. Open the door.
Just one moment, Mr. Burns.
Well.
I dropped my Phi Beta Kappa key, and I'm looking for it.
Well, pay a little more attention to your job. You know, it's the little things in life that make you successful. You know that I wouldn't be on the radio today if it weren't for one little thing.
Yes, she is kind of cute, isn't she, Mr. Burns?
Well, never mind that and just open the door.
Hello, Mr. Burns.
Oh, hello, Mr. Phillips. I've been expecting you. Has the sponsor arrived yet?
No, there's a car at the airport waiting to bring him here, though.
Oh, good. Gang, this is Martin Phillips of our advertising agency. And he's known the sponsor for years.
Yes, and I haven't seen him for years.
Well, anyway, as a friend of the boss, Mr. Phillips, what are his likes and dislikes?
Well, his favorite relaxation is a book and a good cigar.
Well, that's easy. I'll read to him, and George can smoke to him.
Tell me, Mr. Phillips, what cigars does he like best?
Panatellas.
Panatellas?
Yes, and he smokes 2 or 3 boxes a week.
You mean besides the cigars?
Yeah, that's what he means. He smokes big empty boxes.
George?
Yes?
I just made up a new poem that the sponsor might like.
Nobody wants to hear it, but...
I'd like to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, here it is. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating his Christmas pie. He stuck in his fam and pulled out some spam. It doesn't fit, but I try. Yeah. That's very good, young man, but I don't think the sponsor would care for that. You see, he doesn't like exaggerated plugs.
See, Bud, what did I tell you?
He doesn't mind your saying that Spam is delicious pork shoulder with ham meat added, or that Spam is wonderful for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or that it doesn't need refrigeration.
I see. That's what he wants.
Yes, he insists on the plugs being subtle.
Subtle. Well, whatever the sponsor does is good enough for me. I've admired him for years, and when he gets here, I'm going to tell him just how I feel.
Oh, no, Mr. Burns. You've got to be very careful about too much flattery. The sponsor is a very modest man.
Oh, well, then he ought to like my sister Betsy on account of she's very modest, too. Now, I'll never
Gracie,
forget...
I know your sister is modest, but we're not interested
She
in
even complained to the police because the people 6 blocks away didn't pull their shades down when they were undressing.
How can she see people 6 blocks away?
She has a telescope.
Mr. Phillips, does the boss have any special hobby?
Well, he likes to hunt.
Well, that sort of lets me out. You see, I don't do any hunting.
Senor Burns?
What is it, Senor Lee?
Maybe the sponsor would like to go deer shopping with me.
Deer shopping?
Si.
It's not shopping, it's shooting.
Oh.
You should say shooting deer or hunting deer.
I'm sorry, darling.
Artie, will you stop that guitar player from butting in?
Okay, George, tell me what he said, and I'll punch him right in the nose.
I'm sorry, darling.
Don't worry, honey, I won't hurt him.
Quiet. Look, Mr. Phillips, what does the sponsor like to do?
Well...
I mean, what does his average day consist of?
Well, his alarm clock rings at 6:30.
Well, doesn't that wake him up?
Well, certainly, that's what doesn't it wake him up? That's what it's for.
Oh.
Well, then he takes a shower, shaves, shampoos his hair, manicures his nails, brushes his teeth, massages his face.
Is he always that much trouble to himself?
Please, Gracie, go ahead.
And then he spends about an hour dressing. He's very fussy about his appearance. He looks well-dressed, and he likes everybody else to look well-dressed.
You see, everybody? And you all laugh at me. And he likes everybody to be well-dressed.
That's right, Mr. Burns. So if I were you, I'd take off that suit.
And now, Dig-a-dig-a-doo, played by Artie Shaw, his clarinet, and his boys. Gee whiz, how could Jack Benny rent me a suit like this?
The reason Spam is the most popular new meat item brought out in the generation.
Look,
we have to...
Bud, the sponsor is listening in, so put a little more emphasis on your words. Accent the T's. Like popular new meat. It hits the spot.
I get it.
Teeth. Well, good.
Friends, Spam is the #1 choice with the housewives of America. This delicious meat leads the parade because it's tight. But you see, friends, Spam is a combination of meats originated by Hormel, seasoned in a better way and put in a handier package. You don't have to be a good cook to make Spam taste good. Spam really has a finer flavor because we use pork shoulder meat, sometimes called picnic, to make Spam sweet and juicy, and the ham it takes to give Spam extra flavor and goodness. There's the difference, the reason Spam tastes so good, fried, served cold, or baked. For example, give the family Spam and eggs for breakfast. It's so easy. Just open a can of Spam, cut off slices, and fry quickly in a hot pan. Those golden brown, sizzling hot slices of Spam really hit the spot. And that's the way to please your family. So you will always be sure of getting the real thing. Look for this sentence: pork shoulder meat with ham meat added, right on the label of the Spam can. Make your meal getting easier with tender, delicious, taste-tempting Spam. Get a can or two when you shop tomorrow.
Slice it, dice it, fry it, bake it, cold or hot, Spam hits the spot.
Don't worry. When the sponsor gets here, take him to the lawn party.
Lawn party? Did you ever see anybody in a suit like this going to a lawn party?
Forest lawn?
Well, I'm going out to change my suit. I've got to entertain the sponsor.
Where's he going to find one funnier than the one he's got on?
Hello, Gracie Allen, Stan's Meat Hot speaking. Good evening. I'm from Western Union. Well, this certainly is a small world. I'm from San Francisco. I have a telegram for George Burns. Message from sponsor. Will you read it? Sorry, had to cancel trip. Stop. Urgent business. Stop. Letter follows. Stop. Regards. Stop. What are all those stops for? My boss is trying to kiss me. Stop!
Why did you hear that? The sponsor can't get here tonight.
Yeah, George's going to feel awful.
Well, so what? I felt pretty bad when they put up a 12-foot fence between my house and Clark Gable's. But I got over it.
Well, when George finds out the sponsor isn't coming... Come in.
Which one of you is George Burns?
Oh, well, Mr. Burns isn't here right now.
Oh, he's certainly a hard man to meet. I've been trying to see him for a month. I'm a radio actor, and I'd like to get a job with him. I'll work for almost nothing.
Well, you've come to the right place, brother.
I need money badly. I'm sleeping in the park.
Well, it shouldn't cost much money to sleep in the park.
Well, the landlord is holding my trunks.
Oh, is that better than safety pins?
I play all kinds of characters, taxicab drivers and waiters, gangsters, bankers, businessmen, executives.
Well, Mr. Burns won't be able to talk to you tonight. He's looking for the sponsor.
Well, I can play a sponsor, too. Listen.
Gentlemen, what we need is more sales appeal.
Hey, wait a minute. There's an idea. Gracie, why can't this fellow be the sponsor?
Well, sure. Why should George be disappointed, huh?
Hey, I think we've hit on something. Look, you've got the job, mister. Come back in 5 minutes, and remember, you're the sponsor.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure Mr. Burns will be pleased with my acting.
You know, this is our chance to put George in a spot. We'll embarrass him in front of the sponsor, and he'll have to give us a raise to shut us up.
Ooh, what an idea.
Thanks.
Aren't you glad I thought of it?
You thought of it.
Well, maybe now I'll look a little better. The sponsor isn't here yet.
No, George, but he phoned, and he'll be here in a few minutes.
Well, good. And then when we go out tonight, I'll tell him a few of my funny stories. I bet I'll get a rise out of him.
I bet we'll get a raise out of him.
Raise? If anybody dares to mention money when he gets here, there'll be plenty of trouble.
Well, we can all use a little more money. Look at poor Artie Shaw. Has to play a clarinet full of holes.
Well, let me warn you people. Not one word about money when the sponsor gets here. Because that'll be very embarrassing to me. When he arrives, I want you to be dignified, watch me, and follow my example. You see, I know how to talk with the upper set.
Yeah, but you sound much clearer when you're wearing the lower set, too.
Well, never mind. The most important thing is dignity. That might be now. Plenty of dignity. Come in.
Mr. Burns?
Yes?
I'm very happy to be here. I'm your sponsor.
Well, I'm very glad to see you. Shake hands with Miss Allen.
Well. So you're Miss Allen.
Well, how do you say? I get a wham out of shaking the hand that makes the spam.
Gracie, please.
That comes out of the can.
Gracie, the sponsor.
Want me to scram?
Gracie, I told you how to act.
Oh, you want me to be formal with Hormel?
Formal with Hormel?
Why not? That's normal.
Gracie, you're losing your dignity.
Oh, that thing's showing again.
Well, this is Bud Easton.
How do you do?
I do as well as I can on the salary I get.
That's a very large salary, I might add. And this is Artie Shaw, one of the world's greatest musicians.
This is indeed a pleasure.
I've been waiting for this chance to meet you, Spons.
Don't mind him. You see, he's nervous.
Oh, don't be embarrassed, Mr. Burns. I understand these things. There's one thing I learned in college.
Pardon me, sir. Did I hear you say you went to college?
Yes, that's what he said, Soundman.
Thank goodness. After 6 months on this program, it's a pleasure to meet someone who's gone further than grammar school.
Well,
I myself am a Harvard graduate. Let me shake your hand.
Oh, thanks. I graduated from Yale.
You're a Yale man?
Why, yes.
I'll be right back, Mr. Burns.
Where are you going?
Downstairs to wash my hands.
I really don't know what to say. I'm sorry that happened.
I understand, Mr. Burns.
Artie, I'm going to tell George right here and now. Where did he get that stuff? Who did he think he is?
Wait a minute, Gracie. What is this? Tell me what.
Well, Christmas is coming, and Artie Shaw wants a raise, and Bud Heaston wants a raise, and Senor Lee wants a raise.
Gracie, aren't you forgetting yourself?
That's right, I want a raise, too.
Gracie, what about the sponsor?
He's getting enough now.
Quiet! Quiet! A raise. Give people a raise at my salary. Do you know what cost me $50,000 a year to live?
It ain't worth it.
Quiet, Artie.
Mr. Burns, I feel obliged to interfere. I think these people have done a wonderful job all season, and I think they deserve a raise.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just can't do it.
I think you should.
Well, I'm sorry that you can't see it my way, but, well, they either continue working for the same salary or I quit. Goodbye.
Hey, he's even better than Betty Davis in the letter.
Now, wait a minute, everybody. This is no laughing matter. Mr. Burns looks serious, and if he really quits, you'll all be out of work. And take the advice of an actor who's been out of work, it's no fun. My advice is to sign up at the same money.
Well, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Well, where do we sign up?
right here. Oh, you're doing the only smart thing. Look at me. You people don't know what it means to be cold and hungry for months at a time.
Well, here it is. Now, go out and see if you can square us with George.
Well, I'll do my best. Oh, Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns.
Yes?
Mr. Burns,
I did it. You did it? Yeah. You mean they signed it? Yes. At the same salary? Right. Well, you did a great job, Harry. Here's $10.
Will some member of the family be sure to remind Mother to get a can of Spam when she goes shopping tomorrow? She'll like Spam because it's so easy to serve. You'll all like Spam because this grand-tasting meat is so tender, so juicy, so full of flavor that you'll want to serve it often. Spam is the most popular meat item brought out in a long, long time. Thousands of families now use Spam regularly. If you haven't yet tried Spam, now's the time. You're really missing something. Ask for Spam at your food dealers tomorrow.
Thank you, Bud. Oh, Gracie, say good night.
Good night.
Well, Gracie, it only cost me $10. And I've got you all signed for the same salary.
And it only cost us 50 cents.
50 cents? For what?
The invisible ink we signed the contract with.
Oh, good night, folks.
Join us again next Monday, same time, same station, for another Burns and Allen show with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies. This is Bud Heaston reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel chili con carne? Even those who think they don't like chili do like chili con carne the way Hormel makes it because it's different and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel chili con carne tomorrow. This is the National Broadcasting Company. From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam.
Crazy people. Spam, Reba, boom, Spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen are the show and his orchestra for singing glee. We're the Smoothies three. Last but not least, with Bud Heaston.
Friday night brings Burns and Allen to your house again with this suggestion for a breakfast that is sure to start the day off right. Spam and pancakes. It's a swell combination. Golden, fluffy pancakes topped by a hearty chunk of melting butter surrounded by lightly browned, sizzling hot slices of Spam. Spam is tender, juicy meat that has a lip-smacking goodness all of its own. While the cakes are simmering on the griddle, open a can of Spam and fry slices quickly in a hot pan. The meaty flavor, the delicious taste of Spam fried is a breakfast hit that really satisfies husky appetite. Give your family Spam and pancakes, the new way to start the day. Just be sure you say to your food dealer, I want Spam. Those two Spam ambassadors of fun, George and Gracie, who, by the way, have just returned from San Diego, where, at the request of the government, they did a broadcast for the United States Navy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, but I wish you'd been with us. What a thrill it was doing the broadcast before those 5,000 sailors in those spotless uniforms.
Oh, yes, it was.
Gracie, wouldn't you love to be a mother to all those boys?
What? And sew on all those buttons? Oh.
Yeah, but what an impressive sight to see hundreds of airplanes zooming overhead.
You know, my sister Esther used to go around with an aviator. He was a skyrider.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and was he bashful.
She went around with a bashful skyrider.
Yes, every day he used to fly behind a cloud and write, Bessie, I love you.
That must have been in Florida. Of course, in California, they don't have any clouds, it says here.
So, you had a nice time, huh?
Oh, did we? And, George, wasn't Captain Gearing a wonderful host? Wasn't Commander Wood charming?
They certainly were.
Oh, and what about that tall, handsome officer who took me riding?
Oh, you mean the one with all the gold braid on the sleeve?
Yes, I wish he didn't have all that gold braid on his sleeve, though.
Why not?
Well, it kept scratching the back of my neck, if you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean. Oh, by the way, Gracie, I saw you dance with him. He certainly was a wonderful rumba dancer.
Oh, well, he should be. He's a rear admiral.
Yeah, he probably knew his way around the equator. That's all I got. Would you make it a long laugh?
Say, wait a minute. George, I just noticed something. Where did you get that black eye?
Oh, darn it, the powder must have worn off. But if I told you how I got it, you wouldn't believe it anyway.
Well, I don't know. I believed you when you told it to me. I think it's perfectly possible to be eating a grapefruit and have the cherry hit you in the eye.
But you really should have been with us at San Diego.
Boy, what a shiner. Say, George, I just made up a riddle. Now, what's the difference between a black eye, a rowboat, and a can of Spam?
I give up.
Well, Spam is pure pork meat with ham meat added.
Well, what about the rowboat and the black eye?
Who cares?
You know, Bud, after that, I'm really glad.
Hello, Gracie.
Hello, Artie.
Hello, George.
Hello, Artie.
I heard your show from San Diego, and where'd you get that black eye?
Oh, well, he got it from a cherry and a grapefruit.
Oh, never mind, Gracie. Artie, is my eye that swollen?
Put a bumper on it, brother, and you got a streamlined Buick.
Don't be so funny.
And his top comes off, too.
All right. So I wear a coupe.
Señor Burns, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo les fue allá en San Diego? Me dijeron que estaba muy bonito allá el asunto de la...
What is it, Señor Lee?
¡Qué barbaridad! ¡Qué ojo! Where did you get that black eye?
Look, forget my black eye. We're talking about the Navy.
I used to be a sailor on the battleship Mississippi.
It's not Mississippi. It's Mississippi.
She got married?
Yeah, to a tall fella. She got married. You were a sailor on the Mississippi?
Yes, the Mississippi. M-I-P-S-S-I-P-P-P-I.
Just a minute. What are the pings for?
I'm dotting the I's.
Nobody dots the I's.
Somebody dotted yours.
Look, if you don't sit down, somebody will dot yours.
Well, that's that.
Look, will you stop with my black eye? We've had enough of that. Gracie, what were we talking about?
We were talking about the Navy.
Oh, yes. And the most thrilling sight was doing a broadcast before 5,000 sailors.
10,000.
5,000.
Oh, you only saw it through one eye.
Look, you're all making such a fuss about my eye, and it's hardly noticeable. So, Gracie, will you please stop?
The Navy.
Yes,
the Navy.
Let's get back to the Navy.
Yeah, all right. You know, the most thrilling thing I saw in San Diego were the trained termites that a sailor brought back from Singapore. And they were the cutest things...
termites?
Yes, he keeps them in the Frigidaire. And they were
in a Frigidaire?
Yes, and you should have seen that.
How does he keep them from freezing?
Well, he's got pants on his hands.
Well, they probably look very dapper. Come in.
Mr. Burns?
Yes? Well, that's the last straw.
Well, George, how'd it happen anyway?
Well, you see, he was eating grapefruit, and he was hit in the eye by a little squirt.
Oh, never mind. I'll tell you how it happened. I was sitting in a restaurant in Tijuana eating a donut, and a man next to me was eating some soup. And a Mexican jumping bean jumped out of his plate, hit the wall, bounced off the ceiling, went through the hole in the donut, and hit me in the eye. That's how I got a black eye.
That's possible.
It is?
George.
What is it, Gracie?
That's the second biggest lie I ever heard in my life.
What's the first biggest lie?
The one I made up about the termites.
Oh, they weren't wearing pants.
No, slacks.
Slacks. That was Artie Shaw. Gracie, what are you laughing at?
Oh, I'm thinking about San Diego. I had a wonderful time. You remember that handsome lieutenant?
You mean the tall one?
Yes. Oh, was he embarrassed? I kissed him in front of all his men.
Who put you up to it?
Nobody. I stood on a chair.
Gracie, you violated one of the rigid rules of discipline. You know the Navy builds men.
They do? I wish they'd build me one.
Well, anyway, that was Artie Shaw, his clarinet, and his boys playing yesterday from Roberta. And that was a beautiful number, Artie. How do you get the boys to do such a good job?
Well, George, before we started, I told the boys, if you play the number real well and hit all the notes real pretty, I'll get Uncle George to tell you the story about the black eye and the Mexican jumping bean.
Look, I've stood all I'm going to stand. And come in.
Good evening. I'm looking for George Burns.
Oh, there's George Burns.
He's a comedian, no?
No.
I'm George Burns.
I just drove in from Mexico.
Mexico?
Si, that is correct pronunciation. Mexico.
Oh, what kind of gasoline did you use? Tejo?
What do you want to see me about, mister?
Well, senor, I am from the Mexican Chamber of Commerce in Tijuana, and I'm so sorry to have missed you and you were there last Tuesday.
Qué barbaridad, qué chistoso.
Senor Lee, what are you laughing at?
Don't he speak funny?
Oh, quiet.
Next week, Senor Burns, we are having the winter fiesta in Tijuana. We'd like to have you and Miss Allen come down there and be our guest of honor.
Me go back to Tijuana after what happened last Tuesday? Not a chance.
Well, George, you can't blame him for that. It was your fault.
My fault?
Yes.
It was your fault.
No, it was your fault.
It was your fault. You knew we only had 1 hour to spend in Tijuana before we got back to San Diego.
Oh, it was your fault.
Oh, it was your fault.
No, it was yours.
Going into a gift shop and getting that sales lady to send you everything in the place. That's the silliest thing.
So, senorita, you will buy this Mexican perfume? Yes, I'll buy it. Will you take it with you? No, I'll smell it here.
Gracie, the border closes in 7 minutes.
Miss, how much is this plate?
It was originally $2, but we are selling it for 25 cents because it is cracked.
Oh, well, that's very cheap. You may crack me 11 more, please.
Hey, George, where's Senor Lee?
I don't know, and the border closes in 6 minutes.
Miss, have you got anything for my little nephew?
Well, maybe you would like a cute little pig bag.
No, he doesn't say pigs. He says pennies.
Hello? Who? He is here. Senor Burns is for you.
For me? Hello?
Senor Burns?
Senor Lee, where are you?
I'm having a wonderful time. There are 3,000 beautiful senoritas here in Tijuana.
Senor Lee, what are you up to?
2,834.
Well, this is fine, and we've only got 4 minutes before the border closes.
Hey, George, look. Bud's having an argument with the manager.
Where?
Over there, listen.
Oh, yeah? Is that so? You can't talk that way to me just because I'm a tourist. One more word out of you, and I'll give you what's good for you.
See what is good for me?
Spam! It's delicious pork shoulder with ham meat added.
Now, boys. We've only got 2 minutes, and we got to get across the border.
Miss, I'll take a pair of these Mexican socks for my granddaddy.
Si, senorita. That will be 78 cents.
78 cents?
Si, 75 for the socks and 3 cents for the tax.
Oh, well, I won't need any tax. He holds them up with his garters.
Look, Gracie, we've only got 1 minute before the border closes. We've got to get across.
Hello? He is here. Senor Burns, you are wanted on the telephone.
Thanks. Hello?
Senor Burns? I am hugging and kissing a beautiful girl, but I will be through in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes? What about the border?
Oh, he can kiss her after I'm gone.
Look, we've only got a half a minute.
Miss, I'll take the small bottle. No, I'll take the large bottle. No, never mind. How much are those pianos?
The pianos?
Now, don't get excited, Senor Burns. The border just closed.
The border is closed? Gracie, now we'll have to stay in Mexico.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Now I'll be able to spend a moonlight night in Mexico. Oh, just imagine one of those tall, handsome sombreros wearing a hacienda, playing his tortilla under a balcony of my enchilada.
You got me this way, say, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You got me this way, crazy for you. I've got you under my skin. You kissed me one day, then seeing that I was true about it. What did you go and do about it? You left me this way, bluer than blue. You thought it was so funny, my falling so hard. I'm laughing my sides off, honey. You're really a card. You've got me this way. Say, now that I'm in the stew about it, what am I gonna do about it? I'm just gonna stay crazy for you.
How you give me the runaround, and still I follow you all around. You brush me, give me the well-known bluff. I take it, and all of your other guff. Oh, why did you ever begin it? You knew there'd be nothing in it. You got me this way. Now I'm in a stew about it. What am I gonna do about it? What am I gonna do about it? I'm just gonna stay crazy for you. I'll never let you get away. Now that you got me this way.
Now, George, just leave it to me. I'll get you across the border in my car. Just get under the seat there.
Okay, bud. And good luck.
Here we go.
Hey there, halt for inspection. Now, what have you got under the back seat of that car?
Well, it's a case of Spam. That's it, Spam.
Spam?
Yes, Spam. And never in your life have you tasted anything so delicious. Such juicy, tender meat. Why, all over America, women are serving this grand-tasting meat in many different ways. You'll find several easy recipes right on the label, and cold or hot, it hits the spot.
Well, that's different.
And do you know why Spam is different? Because it was originated by Hormel. You see, Spam is a combination of pork shoulder meat to make Spam sweet and juicy, and now get this, Captain, the ham it takes to give Spam extra goodness and flavor. A perfect blend of those two choice cuts, nothing else. That's why Spam tastes so good, fried for breakfast, why it makes a hit served cold, and why Spam baked gives your family a grand main course for dinner. Now, so you won't be fooled and can always be sure of getting the real thing, look for this sentence printed right on the label of the Spam can. Pork shoulder meat with ham meat added. You try Spam tomorrow.
Okay, buddy, you can pass.
Thanks.
Just a minute. I am the official of the Mexican border. You cannot leave this country.
Well, why not?
If Spam is that good, we keep it right here in Mexico.
Slice it, dice it, fry it, bake it, cold or hot, Spam hits the spot.
Look, we've got to get across the border. We've got a broadcast to do in San Diego.
Well, why don't you get in touch with the American ambassador?
Oh, he's in Mexico City.
What about the consuls?
Oh, George had those removed when he was a baby.
Gracie, try to be sensible. This is important. Will you get hold of yourself?
Well, I can't. I'm ticklish.
Look, Artie, Bud, can't you think of something?
Well, wait a minute, George. I think I've got an idea. Bud and I can start a fight, and while the border official's watching us, you and Gracie can sneak across in the dark.
Yeah.
Say, that's a swell idea. Go ahead, boys.
All right. Well, I'll punch you in the nose.
Oh, I'll punch you in the nose.
Yeah, I'd like to see you cross that line.
Gracie, just follow me.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Boy, it's dark. Give me your hand. Okay, I've got it. I think we're across the border.
Are we really?
Yes. Who are you? The border official. Get back.
Oh.
Well, come on, Gracie.
There's nobody here.
Well, nobody here. Then whose fingers am I holding? It's a cow. Well, I beg your pardon. Gracie, where are you?
Right here.
Where were you?
I was with you.
With me. You weren't with me.
No. Here, have a glass of milk.
Gracie, where did you get the milk?
Well, I put my hand under the cow's crankcase, and when nobody was looking...
Never mind. Wait a minute. I know how to get across. I'll sneak through the brush. Now, quiet, everybody.
What's that going through the brush? What's going on there?
Oh!
Hey, somebody call cabinet, Burns, and get back.
It didn't work again.
Don't be silly, Artie. There's no other way. There's at least 10 different ways.
Well, I can't think of any other way.
Now, listen, Bud, I've tried 3 ways. What are the other ways?
Well, you can fry it with eggs. You can try it with chili sauce.
Now, wait a minute, Bud. Fry it with chili sauce. Look, Bud, there are other things in the world besides Spam.
Traitor.
Well, what am I going to do? Time is flying.
Well, George, why don't you put on these moccasins that I bought in the gift shop so that you won't make any noise, and then you can get across?
Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah? Well, if Burbank could cross an onion with a potato, you ought to be able to cross the border with a pair of moccasins.
Well, look, all you do is talk until nobody knows what's happening.
Say, you just hit on an idea.
What idea?
Now, I'll go over to the border official and talk so much that he won't know what he's doing. And so it's dark, and then you'll be able to sneak across.
Say, that's a good idea. But he might see me.
No, he won't. When I see he's interested in this conversation, I'll whistle like this.
Wait a minute,
and
just
you can...
a minute. Did that whistle come out of you?
Yeah.
Let's hear that again. Oh, I see.
And then you can jump in the brook over there and swim to the American side.
Well, anything. I'll try anything. Okay.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Official.
Yes? What is it, miss?
Hello.
Hello.
Say, you're pretty. What's your name?
Bill Murray. What's your name?
Oh, Grace Ethelfield Rosé Allen.
Oh. What were you named after?
After I was born.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Oh, so am I. How do you like your job?
Oh, it's all right, but sometimes it gets pretty hot here. Yesterday was 120 in the shade.
120 in the shade? Not yet, George.
This is a fine time to tell me.
Mr. Murray, are you married or do you live in Hollywood?
I've got a wife and 2 girls.
Oh, does your wife know about it?
No, they're my daughters. You see, I've got 11 mouths to feed.
Really? I thought the bottom 6 were wrinkled.
Oh. No, I mean, I'm the father of 11 children.
11 children? Not yet, George.
Not yet. There must be an easier way to get across the border.
So, you're the father of 11 children. Does this border work take up all your time?
No, I have a little fun on the side.
Ah. Which side, the American side or the Mexican side?
Both sides.
Both sides.
Gracie, stop whistling and come over here. Look, I'm soaking wet. I wouldn't jump in that water again if you paid me $1 million. All you do is stand there and go... I did it again.
Look, George, give me your hand.
Come on, okay.
I got an idea now. Here, throw this blanket over you. Now, you just go over to that house over there. It's all dark. Now, the front of it is in Mexico, and the back of it is in the United States. All you have to do is go through it, and you'll be over the border.
Well, this is my last chance. I'll try it. Oh, boy. Look at me. I'm wringing wet. Well, guess there's nobody home. See, the door is unlocked. Say, it's dark in here. Oh, just look. The phone has to ring. Oh, boy. Better answer it before somebody hears me. Ouch! Oh, darn it, I hit my eye. Boy, will I have a shiner in the morning. Hello.
George, this is Gracie.
Gracie! What do you want?
Sometimes.
Well, this must be the light switch here.
Oh, who are you?
Oh, pardon me. I didn't know there was anybody home. You see, miss, I got to get across the border to do a broadcast. I'm George Burns.
George Burns of the movies and the radio?
That's right.
Oh, come over here. Sit down.
Now, I'm sorry, miss. I've got to go.
Oh, you do not have to go now. Come here and kiss me.
Oh, no. I've got to... You see, mister, that's what happened in your country. Of course, that's only half of my story, but I finally got over the border and we did our broadcast.
You know, senor, that is very interesting. Now you must come back to Tijuana to our festa. And you'll meet that beautiful senorita again.
Oh, yeah, let's go back, George. Oh, imagine once again sitting under a shady tamale listening to another pastor play La Paloma on his avocado.
Look. Gracie, please.
George, I don't believe you got the black eye that way, and I don't believe you ever met a senorita.
Yeah? Well, here, look. She gave me her picture.
Caramba, that is a very beautiful girl.
Yes, and it was worth the black eye to make love to a girl like that.
Senor Burns, I would say it was worth 2 black eyes.
2 black eyes?
See, I'm her husband.
Oh!
At some time or another, all of us have tried to work crossword puzzles. Well, here's a 4-letter word for a delicious meat that's different. The word is S-P-A-M, Spam. Thousands of families now use it regularly because Spam has a meaty taste, a finer flavor that satisfies the family served cold or hot. If you haven't yet tried Spam, now's the time. You're really missing something. Get a can or two when you shop tomorrow. But be sure to insist on Spam. Then try the easy recipes on the label and discover the modern way to serve delicious meat that's grand to eat, economical to use.
Thanks, Bud. Well, Gracie, say goodnight.
Oh, good night. Say, George, when you were in Mexico and you wanted to get over the line, why didn't you make out you were a bear?
Make out what kind of a bear?
A Chicago bear. They got over the line 11 times yesterday.
They did, huh? Well, good night.
Join us again next week, same time, same station, for another Burns and Allen show with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies. This is Bud Heaston speaking for the Hormel Company, reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel chili con carne? Even those who think they don't like chili do like chili con carne the way Hormel makes it because it's different and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel chili con carne tomorrow. This is the National Broadcasting Company. From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show for Hormel and Spam.
Crazy people. Spam, rebop, boom, spam. George Burns and Gracie Allen on the show and his orchestra, but singing glee with a smoothie street. Last but not least, with Bud Heaston.
Fun with Burns and Allen. And another helpful hint for you women who are looking for something different to serve for dinner. Give the family baked Spam. That's the easy way to have meat for dinner that really hits the spot. Just open a can of Spam, stud the delicious meat with cloves, and slip it into the oven. The simple directions are right on the Spam label, and it only takes but a jiffy. Now, once your family tastes the tender, juicy goodness, the meaty flavor of baked Spam, you'll find yourself serving Spam often. Spam has a finer flavor, extra goodness, because it's different. A perfect combination of pork shoulder with ham meat added. Try baked Spam for dinner tomorrow. Be sure to tell your food dealer you want S-P-A-M Spam. here they are, those two delightful spam stars, George and Gracie.
Thank you very, very much.
Oh, George, you ought to see the cute new Christmas hat I ordered. In front of the hat, there's a little feather sticking out, and it says beautiful things.
What's the feather for?
Well, that's so when a fellow kisses me, he'll really be tickled.
Gracie, why don't you put a little windshield wiper under the hat so you can brush off the lipstick at the same time?
Oh, you're just trying to mix me up so I'll say silly things.
Yeah. That's hard to do.
I love Christmas. Remember last Christmas?
Yeah, there was your brother coming down the chimney with a sack on his back.
Yeah, and there was Santa Claus right behind him, hollering, "Stop thief."
Yes, he looked very smart in his dark blue suit.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good laugh by chimney.
And, George...
Couldn't have got the flu with that joke.
George, I spent all day making out my Christmas list. Here it is.
Christmas list?
Yes.
Well, there's about 3 pages full of stuff.
Well, those are the things I want you to get me.
Me to get you?
Yes.
Well, this is fine. 1 diamond ring, 1 mink coat, 1 new Cadillac. Gracie, the only thing you left out is a ticket for the Rose Bowl game.
Well, I wouldn't think of asking for anything that expensive.
I could always get the Seaboard Loan Company to finance it. To write a list like this, you must have had a lifetime fountain pen.
Well, as a matter of fact, I had some ink left over, so I wrote a play we're going to do tonight.
You wrote a play that we're doing tonight?
It's a newspaper story.
Look, I wish you'd stop writing these silly plays.
The name of the paper is the Los Angeles Sun.
The Los Angeles Sun?
Comes out once a week.
Gracie, you know nothing about writing plays.
I do, too.
You do not.
Say, Gracie, instead of calling your paper the Los Angeles Sun, why don't you call it the Daily Spam?
The Daily Spam?
Well, sure. So when those newsboys yell extra, they'll have something extra to yell about.
Yes, and the people will eat it up.
Oh, yes.
You know, Bud, you're really a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius with a light brown hair.
Well, anyway, Gracie, you're not going to do this play, and you know nothing about plays.
I do, too.
And I just assume you'd stop writing.
Bueno, una vez antes de que se meten en líos, yo tengo una cosa de Christmas que es muy importante. Quisiera yo arreglar a ver si...
Well, he's down in the cellar again. What is it, Senor Lee?
Senor Burns, maybe you can help me out. My brother, she's a musician. I want to get him a little natnik for Christmas.
Well, if your brother's a musician, why don't you get him a saxophone?
He's got one.
What about a trombone?
He's got one.
Does he have a fife?
Oh, yes, and 2 kids.
No, a fife is a long, skinny thing.
That's her.
Look, guitar player, will you just stay back there with the band and stop interfering down here?
Hello, Spam Seaside, Gracie Allen speaking. Oh, how are you? What? Yes, I read it, but I think the second act should have a little more suspense. Well, my advice would be to keep the husband out of the cafe scene and bring him in just before the curtain. And in that way, you'll have a stronger finish. Oh, that's all right. Don't mention it. I'm always glad to help. Goodbye.
Who's that?
No, coward.
Noel Coward?
Yes.
Well, I give up. All right, on with the play.
No, just a minute. Soundman, I want you to be on your toes today because there are a lot of sound effects in the play.
Hey, Soundman, 4 years in Harvard. Gracie's talking to you.
Just a moment, Mr. Burns.
Oh.
I'm reading a letter that my 2-year-old boy wrote to Santa Claus.
A 2-year-old boy can write?
Oh, yes. Listen. Dear Santa Claus, ?
Question mark?
Yes. If the rigors of your seasonal voyage from your polar habitat are not too strenuous, would it inconvenience you to remit to the undersigned the following paraphernalia post haste and to wit?
A 2-year-old child wrote that?
Yes. Backward, isn't it?
Yes, very backward, yes.
The following are his requests. 1 copy of Roget's Thesaurus, 1 micromatic solar telescope with a 22-millimeter lens concave ground, and 1 guinea pig, 1 rabbit, and 1 frog for scientific dissection.
How can a 2-year-old child write anything like that?
Mr. Burns, he happens to be a quiz kid.
Well, just watch the sound effects and on with the play. Music.
Hear the clanking of the presses as the paper goes to press. It's a goofy Gazette, and
She is the star reporter.
And the reporter. He's the reporter.
Ha 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 ha.
This is Gracie's latest play.
Artie writes the scandal column.
I look through the keyhole.
He looks through the keyhole.
Ha 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 ha.
Yes, this is Gracie's latest play.
But Houston draws the funny.
I'm a regular Peter Arno.
Does he get a lot of money?
I know. Senor Lee's the gayest one of all. The reason is a secret, and I'll tell you why he's gay.
The reason I'm so happy is 'cause I'm not in this play.
Gracie rolls the part that way.
Now, Gracie, will you tell me who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Oh, nuts, who are you?
Yes, who are you?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, me? Oh, my? Oh, me? I'm the owner of the paper. Ha, 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 ha.
This is Gracie's latest, greatest play.
Hello, City Desk. Editor Gracie Allen speaking. What? Oh, my goodness. When did you find out? Oh, gee, thanks for telling me. Oh, I better call the press room.
Press room.
Stop the presses. Hold the front page for rewrite.
Stop the presses. Okay, Chief. What's the rewrite?
Today is Monday, not Tuesday.
Editor Allen?
Yes?
That notorious gangster, Spike Stetson, is outside to see you.
Stetson, you mean public enemy number 6 and 7, 8?
Yes.
Send him in. Meanwhile, I better get this editorial off. Oh, I don't know why I can't read these things after they come out of the typewriter. Maybe I shouldn't have used the ribbon to tie up those Christmas packages. Come in.
Hi. I'm Spike Stetson. I heard a lot about your paper. Is it true that you're trying to clean up conditions here in this city?
Oh, just a minute. Let me read my paper. Yeah, it's true.
Well, we got a crooked warden at the prison, and me and my mob was wondering if you could expose him.
Oh, well, that's terrible. He'll give that prison a bad name.
Yeah, conditions are something awful. We don't mind him giving us phony tips on the races, or picking our pockets while we're in a straitjacket. But we do object to him charging us 40 cents for a banana split.
Well, how much ice cream does he put into it?
One ball as big as my fist.
Boy, what a scoop. What flavor did he give you, chocolate or vanilla?
Pistachio.
Pistachio? Why, the brute.
Then you'll do something?
Do something? My father before me was a publisher. He was a great crusader for honesty and integrity, and before he died, he said one thing.
What's that?
Oh.
Well, you made me a happy man. Goodbye.
Yes, Editor?
Send in Reporter Burns, Reporter Houston, and Reporter Shaw.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Chief. Hello, Chief.
Hello, Chief.
Hello, Steve.
It's Steve. Who are you?
Isn't this the Big Town program?
No.
Oh, pardon me. I'm in the wrong script. What is it, Chief?
Reporters, our paper has a chance of beating all other papers in town to a great story.
Goody.
We've got to expose the warden of our local prison. He's a crook.
Dear.
You know, he's the worst warden we've ever had. He's cruel, inhuman, unjust. He's even gone so far as to charge the prisoners 40 cents for banana splits.
My.
And what do you think he uses? Pistachio ice cream. What's that?
Some of the nuts got stuck in my teeth.
Well, this is fine.
Say, I've got an idea. You reporters go out and get yourselves arrested. And while you're in prison, we can get the real lowdown on the warden. It'll be worth a fortune to you.
Now, wait a minute. Who ever made a fortune out of being in prison?
Humphrey Bogart.
Now, look, Chief.
Say, Editor, I think you got a good idea, but how are we going to get ourselves arrested?
Oh, let me think now. The toughest guy in the country is Trigger Joe, and he's in jail. Well, he ought to know how to get you boys in.
Yes, Editor?
Get me Trigger Joe at the penitentiary.
Yes, ma'am.
Very well, Chief, yeah. I shall incarcerate myself in prison, yeah. The traditions of the paper are far greater than any individual, yeah.
Senor Burns, with that acting, you sound just like Edward H. Robinson.
You mean Edward G. Robinson?
I don't know. You sound like H to me.
Quiet back there. We're doing a play.
I've got the penitentiary for you, editor. Hello, penitentiary?
Yes?
I want to speak to Trigger Joe. I want to speak to Trigger Joe. I'm sorry, your party was just hung up. Oh, let me see. Now, how can I get you fellas in jail? Murder? No. Robbery? No. Oh, I've got it. Here's a way that never fails. You got a car?
Yes.
Well, go downstairs and double park.
Double park? Well, that never misses.
Now the curtain goes down in our first act, and during the intermission, Artie Shaw and his orchestra, who are now appearing at the Palladium here in Hollywood, will play Dancing in the Dark.
Editor Gracie Allen's ingenious plan to get reporters Burns, Heaston, and Shaw into prison worked better than anticipated. We now pick up the three reporters as they start their third year in prison.
Oh, don't worry, boys. I'll get you out of here if it takes me the rest of your lives.
2 years. It's driving me mad.
Driving you mad. It's driving us all mad. All we hear day and night and day, are those shuffling feet out in the yard. There they go again. Feet, meat.
There he goes, folks.
Meat.
He's going stir crazy again.
Meat. Say, George, did you hear how Susie got her man? The one all the girls call Smooth Talking Sam?
It looks like I was right. Sure enough. We better humor Bud. He might get rough.
No, Bud, I didn't hear how Susie got Sam, but I'll bet a wooden dollar it's got to do with spam.
Well, Artie, all men like delicious tender meat. So Susie serves Sam a meat you can't beat. She served baked Spam when Sam came to dine. Yum Yum, said Sam, would make Spam taste so fine. Spam has a better flavor, said Susie to Sam. It's pork shoulder meat combined with ham. That's why Spam has an extra good flavor. Serve it soon. Do your family a favor. You can serve Spam cold, you can serve Spam hot. No matter how you use it, Spam sure hits the spot. For tender tasty meat, put Spam on your table. Easy recipes you'll find on the Spam can label. It's easy to serve. Baked Spam, said Susie, gives you plenty of time for an afternoon snoozy. So Susie said to Sam, Sam sure tastes fine. And Sam said to Susie, would you please be mine? Thus ends the story of Susie and Sam, the gal who got her man 'cause she served him Spam. Tomorrow, when you go to your favorite food store, shout, I want Spam when you open the door. I wish the smoothies were here to get me out of this thing. I'd stop talking if I could hear them sing.
Slice it, dice it, fry it, bake it, cold or hot, Spam hits the spot.
Easton, Burns, and Shaw, get in there. The warden wants to see you.
I'll be right back, Chief.
And, George, keep a stiff upper lip.
Thanks.
Your plate is slipping.
Well, Warden, here we are.
I sent for you boys because I'd like to tell you something.
Yeah? Well, let me tell you something, Warden. We're not convicts, we're reporters. We know all about your graft here in the prison. Last night we stole into your office and went through your files. And we know everything.
Well, I guess you've got me, boys. I might as well confess. I sell guns to the prisoners. Well. I sell paroles to the lifers.
My.
I sell files to the burglars.
Dear. Bud, write that down.
Haven't got a pencil. I sell pencils, too.
Dear. Our paper will expose you as soon as we get out.
I bet you're not getting out. In an hour from now, you three boys will be sitting in the electric chair in the gas chamber, and then you'll be hanged. I'm not taking any chances.
You forget the power of the press. Our editor, Gracie Allen, will have us out of here in no time.
I'll get it, Warden. Hello, this is Artie Shaw speaking. Oh, hello, darling. Yeah, dear. Of course I love you. No, can't make the usual time tonight. You bet. Hold the wire a minute, darling. Warden, it's your wife. She wants to talk to you.
His wife! Come on, boys.
Well, boys, how did you make out?
How did we make out? We've only got an hour to live. What do we do?
Oh, let's go to a newsreel. That'll kill an hour.
Editor Allen, you got us into this and you've got to get us out.
Oh, wait a minute now. Have you got a file?
Yes.
Well, work on my nails while I'm thinking.
Hurry, we've got less than an hour.
Wait, I've got it. I'll use influence. Quick, we haven't got a moment to lose. George, take a letter to the President of the United States.
The President of the United States?
Yes.
All right.
Letter. My dear President. Read it back.
Read it back?
Yes, read it back.
My dear President.
No, there's something wrong with that letter. Take out the word President.
Okay.
Read it back.
My dear.
Oh, there's still something wrong.
Yeah. Can't say my dear to the President.
Take out the word dear and put back the word President.
Okay.
Read it back.
My President.
No. Maybe I better not say my, huh?
Yeah.
He's really not my president. He belongs to everybody.
Yes, he belongs to everybody.
Take out the rest of it.
Okay.
Read it back.
Gracie, I can't read nothing.
George, watch your grammar.
I've got an idea. Supposing you just say my dear President.
Well, that's much better. Why didn't I think of that in the first place? All right, mail the letter.
Mail the letter?
Yes.
But you didn't tell him anything.
Well, who am I to tell him anything? He's the president.
Oh, yes. Boys, it looks like we're through. Here comes the prison executioner.
Boys, I'm sorry to do this, but orders is orders. Before you're electrocuted, I've got to slip the leg of your trousers.
Drafty, isn't it?
You said it.
Well, boys, my last request will be for them to let me take along a can of Spam.
A can of Spam? But how do you know where you're going?
What difference does it make? Cold or hot, it hits the spot.
Well, I guess this is the end.
No, there are 3 more pages.
Oh, quiet.
Well, after I'm gone, I want him to scatter my ashes on the dance floor of the Palladium.
Why, Artie?
It's slippery there.
Editor Allen, this is all your fault. I'm too young to die. I want to live. I love life. I want to be gay. I want to go to Ciro's. I want to dance till dawn. The rumba, the mazurka.
Senor Burns, with your acting will win the Pulitzer Prize.
Senor Lee, it isn't Pulitzer. It's Pulitzer.
Pulitzer.
Pulitzer. P.U.
You said it.
Oh, quiet. Time is flying. There must be some way out.
I've got an idea. I'll get you out. Where's the prison phone?
Right here.
Hello, this is Editor Gracie Allen speaking. My reporters want to escape. How do they go about that? Oh, I see. They'll need 3 guard uniforms, 3 guns, a rope, and a fast car. How much will that be? $128. Thanks. George, make out a check for $128.
To whom?
To the warden.
The warden? The warden is selling the stuff to escape with?
It'll be here in 2 hours.
In 2 hours, we'll be needing lilies.
He sells those, too.
Look, Gracie, we've only got 10 minutes.
Editor Allen, I'm one of the trustees here. You can still save the lives of your reporters.
How?
There's a fast car downstairs. You can be at the governor's house in 8 minutes, and you'll have 2 minutes left to talk to him and stop the execution.
Then go quickly, Gracie.
Yes, don't let anything stand in your way.
Every second counts.
Yes, there's no time to waste. I'm off. Goodbye. I want to say goodbye. I'm on my way. Goodbye. To plead for your pardon.
Goodbye. She's on her way. Goodbye. She wants to say goodbye. Let's say goodbye.
We'll be proud of our conquering hero. She's on her way. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
May heaven speed her on her way and bring her safely back someday. She's gone.
I've come to say goodbye. 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 In fact, I've come to say goodbye. I mean, I've come to say goodbye. I'm on my way. Goodbye. I'll fly to the governor.
She wants to say goodbye. She's on her way. Goodbye. Let's say goodbye.
We'll be proud of our conquering hero. She's on her way. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
May heaven speed her on her way and bring her safely back someday. She's gone.
I've come to say goodbye. 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 In fact, I've come to say goodbye. I mean, I've come to say goodbye. I'm on my way. Goodbye. I need to retrieve you.
She says she wants to say goodbye. She's on her way. Goodbye. Let's say goodbye.
We'll be proud of our conquering hero. She's on her way. Goodbye.
Bye.
May heaven speed her on her way and bring her safely back someday. She's gone.
I've come to say goodbye.
Get out! Well, there's 9 minutes left, but she can still make it.
Listen. That's the car.
Yeah, that means she's on her way up.
Do you hear that, prisoners? We're saved! We're saved!
Hooray! Hooray!
I've come to say goodbye.
I give up.
Well, will George, Bud, and Artie really get the chair? Will Gracie get to the governor in time to save them? I'm just dying to find out, aren't you? Tune in next week.
How to give your family good meals and yet save time for your last-minute Christmas shopping is a problem you can solve with Spam, S-P-A-M. Originated by Hormel, Spam is absolutely the most popular new meat item brought out in a generation. Thousands of families now use it regularly because cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. If you haven't yet tried Spam, now's the time. You're really missing something. Handy, convenient, easy to use, Spam is delicious meat that's different. Try Spam tomorrow. Just be sure you say to your food dealer, I want Spam.
Driver, step on it. We've only got 2 minutes.
Miss, I'm going as fast as I can. We'll make it.
Oh, dear. Oh, wait a minute. Stop the car right here.
Is this the governor's mansion?
Oh, no, it's the May Company. Isn't that the cutest house in the window?
Join us again next week, same time, same station, for another Burns and Allen show with Artie Shaw and his orchestra and the Smoothies. This is Bud Heaston speaking for Hormel and Spam, reminding you to remember that cold or hot, Spam hits the spot. Have you tried Hormel chili con carne? Even those who think they don't like chili do like chili con carne the way Hormel makes it, because it's different and everybody likes it. Double your money back if you don't like it. Try Hormel chili con carne tomorrow. This is the National Broadcasting Company.